Assuming the stream key is correct, I pressed go. Let's see if we're
Oh,
going.
and it's streaming. It is correct. Good. So, Samuel, right off the hop, we have to do something. There's a special request for you from chat named Ed Senior. He says, Trekyards, is it too much to ask Commander Calkins to send hello to Eduardo from Brazil?
Oh, hello, Mr. Eduardo. Mr. Eduardo
From Brazil.
from Brazil. Welcome, welcome. Hope the weather's nicest time of year. Not too warm, not too cool. Hi there. Eduardo, yeah?
Eduardo, yeah.
Eduardo, Kilish! Shilish! For Eduardo! There you go. Double whammy of...
This is what happens. This is what happens when I feed him peanut butter, guys. It gets stuck to the roof of his mouth and he talks like that.
it's the trick of the Kilish. Although the Ferengi actors always say that they can't do the voice unless the teeth. It's part of the performance, so you can't get them to do it. You can't generate it with the same thing. Right, so I'm going to test the audio. So you say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
I mean, and
talk. Oh, okay. You know me. I just take things literally. Yeah, guys, welcome to the chat. And Ed Senior, there you go. Hopefully that's was what you wanted. You said you were going to hit like after he did that, so make sure you hit like. So Ed Senior, good to see you in the chat. Everyone else, hello, welcome. And Ozzy says the volume is awesome. So there you go.
Stuart, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked to hear OBS did things correctly today. Exactly as the audio should be, as it's set. For once.
That's good. That's good news, but there's also bad news. The Trembler says, by the way, Icheb has officially been removed from Star Trek Online as of the last update.
Ooh.
Oh no.
That's weird because there's surely storylines that involve him. That's a shame.
Indeed. I hope they don't do that with every character they kill.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
because it is an alternate future, because you can't really keep them alive because it would be confusing. That's weird. Weird. But yeah, what are we doing today then, Stuart? What have you dragged me all this way to talk about?
Shoes. I want to get a new pair of shoes. I want to get your opinion on what I should get. Cross trainers, dress shoes.
Talk about. Oh.
Well, yeah, they'll be pink, obviously.
Lace. Can you get lace shoes? Go full on sexy here.
Yeah, go like a stiletto heel. That'd be kind of hot.
But you should have like the Trekyards deltas, like on either side, so it kind of goes up and stabs up.
Ooh, I like that.
And have like a third something somewhere. Which I think third nacelle dreadnought. How did you do that? I mean, if it became 3 individual heels that all look like nacelles.
Could do.
And when they go to warp, and when you start, every time you step down, the inner blue of the stilettos go woof, woof,
Close, yeah.
as if they're warp jumping.
Could do that.
This is a tangent. This is a wow. Okay.
Oh, I guess I should tell you why you're really here.
Oh yeah.
Talk about episode 7 of Picard. Nepenthe.
Not Rurapenthe. Not even close to Rurapenthe. Just Nepenthe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, 137 people here and 141 people and only 30 or 74 likes. Come on, guys, let's get those likes happening.
And I will start a sharing. So I'll see you in a minute.
All right, share it around. So yeah, guys, as you know, great way to support the channel is super chats. Have your comment read, your question answered. Whatever. Tortoise69 is just throwing one in, so that's awesome. And we will read all of those, of course. We'll try to read other stuff in the chat as well, but generally, when we're having a conversation, the super chats are one of the best ways to get our attention. And if you want to help support the channel in another way, and you're joining us for the lives quite often, you want some cool, fun emojis, the best way to do that is to click that join button down by the subscribe, or under the super chat option, there's a join option as well. And you can join the channel and become the rank of commander, captain, or admiral right off the hop. So you can be the same rank as one of us, and, or just outrank us right off the hop. So there's a few admirals in the house today. Ozzy's one of them. We also got some other members as well, different ranks. So we got Richard, we got Jarzia, Let's see who else is here. Squadra Course. So some members of the channel already and members of the Trekyards crew are here. So welcome, guys. It's always great to see you guys. 155 of you right now. We should be probably hitting close to 300 soon here. But make sure you've hit like before all that happens, because you know, hitting the like summons more people to the stream, because it helps the algorithm, and it's good for YouTube, and it's good for, as a result, the channel. And of course, if you guys like what we do and want to see more of it, it's a great way to help us out. Or you can join us on Patreon. Patreon/Trekyards is a great way to help us as well on a monthly basis. So there's lots of different various ways to help us out. PayPal is another one. If you do send a PayPal, though, make sure you mention it in the comments. One of our moderators will tell us, and we'll read your comment from the PayPal email. It's just like a super chat. It goes into a little separate account, though, because we use that for trips and equipment and stuff. So it's a little different, but it all helps us out in the end. So please, guys, if you can, help us out. Another great way to help is just share, like the videos, you know, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, if you can help us financially as well, you know, less than $5 a month, either by joining or by joining us on Patreon, that's a great way to just kind of bolster the channel and help us make the content that you guys love, because there's a lot of good stuff on the way. We've always got stuff filmed and ready to go, so we've always got great content on the way, as it were. And
yeah. Stuart, we got some ships this weekend.
We got a new ship.
We got two. No, we didn't. But two ship episodes, So
yeah, check those out, guys, and make sure that you support the channel to help us make more content like that.
And you know what? We need 100 likes. Yeah, we need 100 likes. We're at 90. I want to see 100 before we even get going. Come on. Suddenly, zoom in, save the day, start this. We're at 91. Yeah.
Number one sci-fi says, Trekyards, if you joined, do you read those chats as well? Yeah, we read a lot of people that have joined, just because their name comes up in a different color, plus you get a little badge beside your name. So it's a lot easier to see. And, you know, if we know you're supporting the channel like that way, we do like to call out those comments quite often.
Obviously, if it's an interesting question or comment, there's obviously, we're not just going to read out everyone's personal comments as much as, but if you, often there's like one thing I see, it's like, oh my God, that is going to be we have to comment on that. So, you know, it varies. But, you know. Oh, and David Cotton, speaking of, says, Discovery's getting a 5th season, even though they haven't filmed 3 or 4 yet. Well, they have filmed 3. They've just finished film 3. And those reports are not confirmed by anybody else. It was one site and one site only. CBS has only said that they can't confirm it. So that's out of nowhere. But you don't tend to renew things like that, especially not in these day and age.
What they did say, they did say in that article too, they were going to film 4 and 5 kind of back to back, and that's probably why they said that. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see until it's more
completely unsubstantiated rumor.
Substantiated.
Although I can imagine they might do like 2 6-episode. If they were going to do that, they'd do like 2 seasons with 6 episodes, like an hour each. So it's kind of like you know, shorter seasons, but you just, you know, one. Anyway, doesn't matter. Hey, 114. There we go. Got the we got over 100. So
let's get started by reading super chats. We got 2 of them. Torith 69, $2, 140 watching, 75 likes. Well, that's changed now, Torith. Thank you for giving us that super chat early, but there you go. We need an updated super chat from you with the updated numbers.
And we do read every single super chat, so please, if you want your voice heard, that is the best way.
Yes. Yeah. And Fleetpaw Swiftback puts $2, 75th like, LOL, good episode. Again, you're behind, Fleetpaw. It's fine though.
It's because we're doing that awesome, and you guys are that awesome. That's why they're behind.
Yes.
They're that awesome. So, Stuart, people can go, and we'll pimp that thing first. Do go watch our 22-minute, 51-second review. We released 2 hours ago, fully edited, lots of cool things there. Nice condensed review. We've already got 145 likes, 54 comments. Have not read them all because I've been out so far. But that's different than what you guys are going to hear now. So, Stuart, in a non-edited way, don't hit the light, Sam. What did you think of this episode? Yeah, talk us through.
Like I said, for the second week in a row, I watched an episode of Picard and a Star Trek episode broke out. It was awesome. This one very much had a nostalgic kind of feel to it, just because we saw, you know, Riker and Troy back. It was actually great to see them all together with Picard, and kind of speak freely in front of Picard as they would. So that was really great. We also got some good action and a little bit of a ship chase, which was a little bit nonsensical at one point.
Well, we got a Last Jedi style ship chase.
It was more exciting than that for sure. But
Okay.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, to jump back for a second, you said it feels. The feel was not, though, although we had two of the cast members back, it did not feel like TNG, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can still bring the old characters back and not just be oh look, you can't do TNG again, why would you do that? No, it wasn't. It didn't feel like TNG, it was its own unique thing. It was characters, not TNG. So I just want to clarify, because people might say that the nostalgia goggles, but no, it wasn't TNG feeling, it was unique. It was a new entity.
It was fantastically done.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul Johnson throws in 10 pounds with comment, though, but just 10 pounds for helping us out. And thank you very much,
That's
Paul.
a lot.
Very much appreciated.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yes. Super chats like that really make us happy, because those are bread and butter.
And you can see that in the stream.
Yeah.
If you want to make our day, put in a 50 and we'll be bouncing off the walls.
Literally. 210 people here, though.
Brilliant.
Guys, make sure you hit that like button. Taurus69 just updated us with $2 and says 212 watching, 122 likes. There you go. See, that's the updated numbers we were looking for. Because now we're on top of the super chats. So, there you go.
Okay, so you like the spacey stuff?
Yes, and Eugene. I also like Eugene because he just threw in 500 rubles.
Thank you, as always.
That was a weird one. A lot of good parts, but those parts advertised as a quick afterthought. The rest, dramatic action for dark drama's sake. Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
We'll get into it.
Thank you. It was very insightful. But what else then? Oh, okay.
There's another super chat. So that's what else. Fat Produce, $5.
Thank you.
The big change that came with this episode was the respect for TNG and canon that the show has lacked in other episodes. Yep, I would definitely agree with that.
The writing in this episode feels different, distinctly different. I think that's because it was written after the first several had been filmed, after they'd realised, this isn't quite working. But what else did you like then, or what else do you think then? Because don't just want to be positive. What else do you think then? As we're still doing summaries.
Again, I wasn't upset with any of this episode really, even the Borg stuff. Obviously the death of one of our characters kind of annoyed me a little bit. I think it was unnecessary, especially just after that. He had said he's gonna protect the XBs and take the cube away from them, from the Romulans. I loved that. I hope that was going somewhere, and that kind of ended really quickly. So that unfortunately was a part that I did not like. Other than that, there's some conveniences, especially with the fight scene with Elnor and things.
You can kind of feel the reshoot scramble in a few areas.
Yeah.
Where they it's like you can, at least I can sense, or I think you can sense that when so they're writing All Good Things, the season finale of TNG, and Generations at the same time. And I feel like all the creative spark went to All Good Things because it's incredibly well written, paced, interesting. Generations for me is not good, very very good at all. Same writers, same team, same time, and yet one is drastically worse than the other. I mean, if All Good Things had been one of the movies, we'd be like, that's a really good movie. Obviously with a bigger budget, but you know what I mean. So I feel like all of the good writing of the reshoots went into the main 3 stuff, or main 5, I guess, and then everyone else kind of like they scrambled more. They didn't put the same finesse into.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second. So
they put all of the All Good Things style energy into the Riker Troy, all that subplot, and they put the Generation style energy into the other people. Wasn't quite as finessed, as refined, as care and attention is the vibe I get.
Somebody had said earlier in the chat that it feels like 2 episodes smashed together, and I think that's exactly what it was, because the adding Riker and Deanna was kind of an afterthought. If you watch the Ready Room interview with Jonathan Frakes, and I was impressed. I was really impressed with the amount of Riker and Troy that we got. I thought a small cameo, maybe a few minutes, but it was a big chunk of the episode, and I thought that was really fantastically done. So maybe they might have skimped a little bit on the other parts of this story for this episode, but I think it was a good balance of both. And we could make it a little bit of redemption for Girardi. Even Raffi was a little bit more. I enjoyed her character a little bit more in this episode as well. So I mean, there was a lot of good things in this one. That being said, the way it started kind of bugged me, but we'll get to that in a minute or two. Before you go into yours, though, Zap Rosendauer says Jerry Ryan dropped a bombshell on the Twitters.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that now. Hope it's not a spoiler, but...
Yeah. Maddox, Egypt, and now Hugh all dead for no reason. Well, shock value reason. It's the Game of Trek syndrome. I mean, Game of Thrones. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, no problem, Zap. I saw it earlier. I was waiting for the good break to say it. Eugene, though, throws in 250 rubles. Maybe Afterthought was too harsh. The best things are Riker, Troy, location scenes, and these were created way later than the rest of the show. But it feels so seamless. I mean, seeing Picard and actually being Picard, and I think this really rejuvenated not only his character, but I think also Patrick Stewart being with these guys, because there's a real genuine Picardness to the way these scenes are played. So again, I think they did a great job. Fleet Paw Swiftback, $1.99. I felt Raffi is trying to redeem herself here. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's being that caring kind of mom figure to Girardi because her son kind of said, it was really crappy being your son.
And I have no idea what Jerry said. There's nothing on Twitter that would be worth mentioning. So I don't know if anyone could expound on what you think she said, because I can't see anything that's worth talking about.
Well, let us know, Zap, in the comments what she said. Anyway. So yeah, that's it. So what are your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, no, this is easily the best episode, for a number of different reasons. It's the least. So a lot of the problems in Picard is its lack of focus, its lack of structure, which highlights the quality of the work. I think there's a lot of good stuff going on. It's just not, you shouldn't split 2 episodes into 3 and add padding when you have 10 episodes. It can really just, and 5 episodes of setup for a 10 episode arc. It's not framed properly. This episode was incredibly focused, all character based, but even the brand new information of the Rikers, or the Troys, the Troy Rikers, their first child dying, like it was new information. It was not part of the story, but it actually it added something, and it's the sort of thing that it does. It's part of this dark world that Trek's now in, but it made you understand where they are now. It's a history lesson without having to actually. So it worked in the way they did it, which is not always the case for them. The script, I think, was also much better in this episode. I think it both understands who Picard is better, and it utilizes the 2 new returning characters very, very well. Although, yes, while all of the side stuff I think is absolutely fine, there's a few moments that stick out as, ooh, that's either they rushed that or a reshoot, or they try to, they said, right, we've completely ripped out this Picard arc where he would go. Where was he going to go originally? Who knows? We don't know. And then therefore they had to explain one thing, so to quickly bring the Elnor actor back in for a day to reshoot a thing, like the bit where he finds a medallion. It's like, well, we missed out a plot thread. Shit, we'll bring him in for 2 hours and refilm a bit there. There's a few of those moments that it's not connected, but there's so much Riker and Troy and all that stuff with it. It feels like an incredibly solid cake where some of the icing is a bit burned on top, but you don't notice because it's such a solid piece of work. And you shouldn't complain about this episode because of some small things, because the whole is so strong.
It's like the tomato burnt on top.
Yeah, but the pizza was still good. And you can really feel this was written after. I think after even maybe CBS got involved and said, guys, this is not the direction we want to go. They keep moving showrunners, they keep changing directions, and this reeks of a change in direction. And it's a breath of absolutely fresh air. Because it was still dystopian in some ways, but it was a much better reflection of the world. And it beats last week because the acting was really rather good. And Marina Sirtis, can we get some applause for Marina Sirtis? She performs in this better than These Are the Voyages, better than Nemesis, I think. Better performance. Insurrection and Insurrection First Contact weren't necessarily her movies, although she had some good parts in both. This could be her best acting since TNG, as Troy, and that's a very long break in between. So very well done. Frakes is great too, but Marina really did a good job. So well done her, and boy, they need to come back because this was a damn dynamic 5 actually, including the daughter. All 5 are a good cast in it as a good ensemble. And it kind of shows you what the show could have been.
In the ready room, Jonathan Frakes said that Marina just come off another acting gig in theater, so her acting muscles were that's why he felt nervous, because Picard's on point, she's on point, and he just felt like he wouldn't. And I think he did a fantastic job. Yeah, he reharnessed the freshness of his character. I don't think Riker's really a character, as much as just Jonathan Frakes is Jonathan Frakes.
Well, it's Jonathan Frakes, but a very honest, strong, commanding, friendly, is the best of Frakes. No, like I say, it's hard to kind of complain at, and it's not just because of fan service, because the things that, even the Kazinti, right, that's a fan service, clever Easter egg line, but it was in the context of this new world that they're living in. So it was a cleverly written story and plot and script, and boy, if the whole season was like this, oi, oi, oi. That shows you. I keep telling you, the show should have been better. This is better.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us get into it.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's how we do this show.
Jarzia has sent PayPal, though.
Oh, thank you. All right. Premier's a little bit messed up.
Check that.
And apologies, I feel a little bit loopy tonight, guys. The caffeine's starting to take effect, but I'm a little bit sort of tired and in a good way, but just like, I don't know, it's a bit warm, so I feel a bit loopy.
Well, feel better, man. We got a $5 PayPal from Jarzia. He says, Narissa may be a sadistic bitch, and her tactics are certainly very distasteful, but it's hard to argue with her motivations. From her perspective, she is trying to save trillions of lives across the galaxy, and here she has a guy who helped a dangerous fugitive escape and is an accomplice in the murder of several innocent security guards who didn't deserve to die. Seriously, someone give Elnor a phaser locked on stun.
Yeah. Well, there aren't phasers on stun in that cube, because, not since true. TNG have the Romans had stun, because they had stun in TNG. Ro used it.
Now, the XBs didn't deserve to die either, but from her point of view, she's looking at the big picture. Also, I'm calling it by season's end. Control will be mentioned either by name or description.
Well, it is a remarkably similar vibe to that. Although, yeah, there was a weird tonal shift in rewatching it with the lady's acting, where she's not playing it as a villain, she's playing it as someone trying to protect everyone, just with the ends justify the means methodology. It's a weird sudden. It might have been an example of reshoots where they're trying to soften up the villains to try and make it more dimensional.
Yeah, they're trying to make the villain think their motivations are good, because that's what a good villain is, right?
Yeah.
Dylan Thomas, though, throws in 100 pounds. Thank you very much, sir.
Wait, really?
Yeah, new name.
Oh my god.
On here before, but thank you, Dylan.
Damn, sir, that's amazing.
He says, it's actually Kestra Troy Riker. That's how the abbreviation goes. Because it's Troy Riker. But yes, the actress was really good. The character was good. I enjoyed that. So thank you very much. That was an awesome super chat, and we really appreciate that.
And that makes the whole live worthwhile. So there you go.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, I'll see you next time. And I'm Captain Foley. Damn. Brilliant. Thank you. Wow. And yeah, Troy Riker, which is a great reference.
Captain Spire, though, $2. CBS won't give money to Nevin's estate for his Kinzinti. Oh no.
Well, it's because they're in a shared universe, technically speaking. Now,
Yeah.
they already did that for the animated series and for some of the books. It's kind of a weird one now.
And Starfleet battles.
Yeah, it's not as cut and dry. They probably should, but I think there's probably precedent for not. And I don't think they would have used it if they thought they had to pay out, because that would be why would you pay $5,000 to make a reference when it only is going to?
We love that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, but I love it because I'm a fan of the Ringworld books. But
and you keep asking where the money's going. I would love the money if it was going there, like references that we want.
Oh yeah.
Taurus 69 though, $2. 311
you.
watching, 152 likes. Yeah, guys, 311 watching. Let's get those likes up to 200 easily. We can hit 200. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. We really appreciate it.
Sristus says, could Commander O have be old enough to have been around in TOS Discovery days?
No, probably
because she's
not.
nowhere near Sarek's age.
No.
Like, she's like middle to late middle age Vulcan, and Sarek was young middle age in TOS, and this is quite a long time after TNG. So maybe born in TOS or like a child in TOS, I could maybe buy, but not as a functional member of, Or no, I don't think. Yeah, I think probably born after TOS.
Mm. And Zap answered us. He said, "Look what Jerry says about Kestra Troy Riker in her tweet of 5:45 p.m. March 6th, 2020."
Yeah, just about. Okay, hold on. Will it convert PM to my PM?
Probably not.
No, I wouldn't have thought it would. Because there's a tweet which says, 4 hours ago, solely obsessed with quote unquote their daughter. But I mean, if that's a thing, I don't know.
Anywho, Ed Senior says, "I wonder is Nog a captain now?" Well, I think Nog would be a captain at this point. Yes,
he's good enough to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Double Guitar says, "Oh, and is O confirmed Vulcan now because of the mind meld, or can Romulans do that?" I mean, I wouldn't. That must be a distinctive factor, otherwise it kind of diminishes the differences.
I think it's something you could probably learn.
Yeah. I mean, especially if well, she's not Jat Vash because of how they inferred her in the early episodes, but because if you could maybe say that Jat Vash kept the ability after they left Vulcan, like they kept practicing it, but that's. I mean, every bit of evidence says Vulcan so far. Although I like the fact that, and also we're on the scene, I was about to say Brian Fuller there. No, not Brian Fuller. Michael Chabon said, "There's a reason for the sunglasses." I guess the reason is so that she can take them off and look dramatic for half a second. I mean, where was the payoff for these sunglasses? He called out.
I want to call out Red Letter Media and say it's not because she had android eyes. That was the stupidest comment that I've ever heard. Anyway,
I mean, my only comment to her taking the sunglasses off is that she looks old around her eyes. Like that's the only thing. That's because it's quite a close up on her face. That's all I'd say.
She could be a Romulan Vulcan hybrid, so she could be part Vulcan, which might explain the mind meld abilities.
I mean,
that's another thing too.
Valeris was half, wasn't she? Yeah. Half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, so she's Vulcan, maybe primarily from Vulcan, but then they used a Romulan against her and got her on side. Yeah. I like that. That's smart. I like it. Good idea. Great idea, actually.
Paul Johnson, £5. Why would Girardi assume that O showed her what O showed her was real? She could have been manipulating her by showing her false imagery. Keep up the awesome work, guys. Thank you, Paul. We will. And yes, I thought the same thing. It's the future. It hasn't happened yet.
Or is it? We'll get there in a few seconds. Quickly though, Squadra Course, who is a Trekyards member, thank you so much. Didn't they say Nog was killed in the DS9 documentary? Or is that not official, so it's not canon? It was never canon. And no, that was not canon.
That was just fun. Trace, $2. I hate how insanely useless the AMH is. What is the nature of your medical? Oh my god.
That's good.
I loved that scene. I thought that was hilarious.
The acting. I mean, that persona should be in it more.
Yeah.
I mean, they all should. Which you wouldn't think us especially, you wouldn't think we would support a gimmick so hard, but it's a damn clever gimmick.
It's very well done.
You're also out of focus. And Katie Carr says Jerry tweeted that never say never about a 7 series and a emoji about the Doctor coming this season, and if we'll see the Chakotay 7 relationship. Well, we know the Doctor's not in this season, but would be next season. Or I guess they could have reshot him. They've reshot quite a lot. They could have reshot and put him in. And I mean, it'd be great to see Chakotay and 7 relationship. That should obviously be a thing. And I mean, a 7 series actually would be kind of clever. I mean, Jerry could totally handle it. And I mean, it's funny. Babylon 5 had a show called Legends of the Rangers. So Star Trek Legends of the Rangers. We stole another show from J. Michael Straczynski. And that wouldn't be. I mean, I'd rather have that than the Section 31 show. I'll be honest. And you could have Section 31 in it, ostensibly.
Yeah. Benjamin Handelman says Larry Niven is at a paperback convention near me tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm gonna see if I can ask him about the Kinzinti reference.
Oh,
that'd
dude.
be awesome. Let us know. Keep
Oh
us,
my
keep us
god,
informed.
that's awesome. I would love. Oh, that's really annoying. I'd love to get a sign from him.
Yeah.
Hey, if he has a Ringworld 1, get it signed and email us. I'll buy a few. Trekyards@hotmail.com. I'm quite a big fan of his early.
Trekyards@hotmail.com. If you want anything to send us or anything, email us there, and we will.
Because I got
get back to you. Speaking of, there's an email, Samuel. Check it. Somebody from Mississauga wants. Not now. They want to send us. They're 3D printing the little Fennec Ranger activation buttons. They want to send us one each. So. I've already replied back with my email, but he's like an hour from me, so it's not a big deal.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. I have a signed book from Timothy Zahn, and I'm going to treasure the hell out of that. So
yes,
that one in particular, really big fan of.
Well, the Trembler puts in $5. The Riemann Viceroy appeared to have mind meld capabilities. Admittedly, whether Riemann's are Vulcan descendant is never established. I don't think they were. I think they were there when the Romulans showed up, and
yeah, that's yeah. I would argue that is innate psychic ability. Small distinction, but I would say he was like a telepathic abilitied creature who learned to use them in certain ways, not innately the same as a Vulcan. But that is a great call out. There's a smart call out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, so yeah, we get the flashback to this mind meld finally, which they ruined for us because they put it in one of the trailers.
But it means we've been able to speculate with justification the entire time, which is, helped us be one step ahead.
And she doesn't have android eyes.
And there's no payoff for sunglasses whatsoever.
No.
I love that. He's like, oh, wait and see. Means nothing, Michael. You just want to give her sunglasses and she looks stupid.
Yeah.
Really stupid.
But let's talk about this vision that she gave Jurati.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, the context of the scene is actually, I think, well played. That we know she's sort of the villain, but as the further down we go, maybe less of a villain than we thought. And she, she'd been tracking Jurati, and Jurati does tell her things, and this is obviously the fresh, young Jurati in a sense. And yeah, then it's like, I will show you these things. You have no say in the matter. I will mind meld you these visions, these things. Yeah, sorry, just to give some context.
Yeah, Matt Handelman, though, $5. I had Niven autograph a copy of the pulp the original Kinzinti story first appeared in. I can certainly bring a copy of Ringworld to get signed.
And you're welcome to put 2 Samuel as well. Samuel. Because I don't want to resell. These things aren't to be resold.
Yeah, you don't want to resell them,
yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
And Tangerine Star 26 was the payoff for the sunglasses for the reflection of her face. Yeah, probably. Look, she can see herself.
And Max Volume says, what's really about wearing sunglasses made her look stupid? Just in my opinion, she looks stupid. Just a personal preference.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded if they were more futuristic looking sunglasses and not one I can go buy at Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah. Just be 25% different and I'd accept them.
Oh, good God. Oh, anywho.
Now, the weird thing, Stuart, and we are going to talk about this in a separate live, but we see a vision of Commander O,
Yes.
in this flash vision.
Forward.
Is it? I mean,
I
don't know. So we see her face, blowy uppy face, a lady bashing someone's head in with a rock. That is 3 frames and 2 of them have rocking. And then scratching up eyes, face, blowy uppy. I don't know if you noticed, you didn't catch any of these stills. But yes, Stuart, there is a Discovery shuttle flying on this Romulan planet.
Good God.
Yeah, I managed to catch a very half-second frame. So there aren't officially, if this is a flash forward or flash back, either one, there are Discovery shuttles on Romulan star system. And I assume this is the past. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Very confusing.
We also see a Romulan blow her brains out.
And with the same gun, though, which would imply it's the future, or this gun is... It'd be weird if this is like 3,000 years ago and these are the same blasters, same disruptors, but I don't think they'd care. That implies it must be around now, otherwise that's stupid.
The Galactic Standard Shuttle. Yes, that's what it is. Eugene, sure. 250 rubles.
Thank you.
My first thought, damn, to see the entire Disco Season 3 in a matter of seconds. That's harsh. But no, this will be the next episode. By the way, called it. The circle thing on the ground was some kind of Katra. Yeah, there's also a circle thing on the ground with like people around it.
Mm-hmm.
You see it from the top, and you see it from the side.
Yeah, that's the next time on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. Okay, I thought I got stills of it, and I did.
Yeah. No, that. Yeah. I mean, I think I also call it that. Could will be important. Katra's interesting though. I like that. That she gets to see the memories of the past. That's a good idea. A time capsule. Although it's you can still have biased memories. You know, from perspective does affect memories.
Oh, we've missed a super chat. Fat Produce. Sorry, $5.
Thank you.
The actress who plays the Commodore is the same actress who played the second in command of the pilot Babylon 5, The Gathering.
Yep, we just watched that yesterday.
Oh, really?
It's weird because she's like 30 years younger, and it's just like it's just, one day apart. It's quite strange to watch. She's better presence being older.
Yeah. I just want to call out Mind Rape, and for once it's not Troy. Mind Rape in an episode with Troy when it's not Troy. So
it's non-consensual mind touching. Yes. But I wouldn't. It's more like she's thrusting her vibrant, throbbing memories into her brain. Yeah, I don't know. But I do like the fact that she throws up. That's a nice touch, actually.
Yeah. Monty Matthew Daniels has joined the ranks. He's now a captain. So welcome, Captain, to the ranks.
Captain Daniels. Hello.
Daniels, are you the time agent? Can you help us with this problem that we have?
Can we fix the timeline?
Yes, please.
Well, they did a better job this week.
Oh, welcome. Thank you for joining the channel. That's very appreciated.
Awesome. And do you want to just re-acknowledge what that means for a second, Stuart? Just to anyone else that can take that upon them?
Yeah, it's kind of like a monthly subscription on YouTube almost, where you can get, if you join the chats live a lot, it's really helpful because you get little emojis you can use in the chats. You get little badge beside your name and your name highlighted in different colors. So we always give you guys call outs and read your comments when we can in the chat, so you don't have to necessarily super chat because you are supporting the channel in another way. So we definitely would like you to join, guys, if you can. There are 3 ranks, like we said: Commander, Captain, and Admiral, and each have different bonuses that go with them. So, go check them out. Just you can read the descriptions of each. But
obviously,
choose best.
In reality, all it is do you want to outrank Stuart or me? Do you want to pay for the privilege to outrank us? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what did you think of the scene then? The way it's played is finally seeing the full scene. What do you think?
Well, it makes more sense now, I think. I love how she's like, am I in trouble? No, not at all. But we need your help. Here, take this tracking device. I don't know since when here, take this tracking device means eat it. But
well, it's not a tracking device so much as it's a trackable isotope that they've put in pill form. It's basically let us give this energy signature in your body. It's just
I'm wondering how long until StarTrek.com is selling these in packs of little tins of tracking breath mints. It'll be a thing, and they'll sell it with a pack with a. They'll sell it with a box of Rios cigars, so you can smoke the cigar
and be tracked by intergalactic Roman
to be
spies.
tracked afterwards.
But I'll call out.
Yeah.
I'll call out the Jurati actress. She's not the best actress, but she can play the small, sad expressions very well. And the turn, which you see here, you feel it in her soul.
Mm-hmm.
She plays that very well. So good for her, and it's a strong scene. And it does make you wonder: are these the real goodies? Are we fighting for the wrong side here?
No.
Well, that's
Snoopy McQueen though puts in $3 and sent us a super chat sticker. It's a fist bump,
Ooh.
so fist bump to you.
Yes.
And let's see, we got Tora69, $2, 170 watching, 203 likes. Awesome.
Oh wow, 370.
That's amazing, guys. Thank you. We can get those likes up to at least 250. And Jarzia throws in $2. Didn't buy the instant reversal here for a second.
Of which character? Because I can buy it for Jurati because she feels the future,
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you have to be convinced about? It's like if you knew in the future your mum was gonna die, or dad or whatever, and you were shown it, you wouldn't need to be more convinced. You would go to action, wouldn't you? Like you wouldn't ask any questions if you okay, I'm there. So I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah. Number one sci-fi joined the ranks of the channel. He's now an admiral.
Oh my god!
Gotta salute the admiral. Number one sci-fi.
I would if
there we go. There we go.
I look like I just did a thing. Okay, hold on.
What happened?
Everything froze. It's not a good pose. All right. Now we can salute. Now we can salute and ignore the past. Admiral.
It's a really good pose. Welcome, Number One Sci-Fi. I was actually on Number One Sci-Fi's live stream like a few days ago. He asked me a few questions about the movies and stuff. So welcome. And the Admiral rank, you get some exclusive wallpapers. So send us an email. We'll get those off to you. We haven't really done those up yet. So, but that's a thing. So there you go. Just so you know. Jeff Jacobs puts in $2. 200 likes. We should get to 350 again at 250. Hashtag make Jeff pay. Brilliant. So there you go, guys.
So yeah, it's a good scene. It's more underplayed than I thought it was going to be, but I like it.
Yeah. But then we move right away to a great scene. They are locked in a tractor beam, and this is Rios's dialogue here is great. He's an old man. How far is he going to get? What did you do to me, Raffi? I blame this all on you. What are you talking about? He's an old man. How far is he going to get? And now I'm stuck here in a Borg tractor beam on with a ship full of Romulans. It was fantastic. Mm-hmm. I love how he also hits his holographic display, and it's a physical
not sure how, but it's cool.
Well, holograms can be tactile, right? So obviously that's what they are. So that was neat, actually. I really liked that.
It was.
So,
it's good. My only thing in this scene is that there's a slight disconnect, and it does again stem I think from reshoots of if this ship was actually tractor beamed, then the Romulans who ordered the tractor beam would.
Sorry, Brian is asking for a Benny Hill salute.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, if the Romulans were actually tractoring them, they would send a ship that hailed them. There'd be some sort of, back and forth. But they play it as if they're not going to get attacked or anything. Like, the stakes are only very surface level, whereas I think in reality, like, there's no follow-up steps here, and they don't think anything of it. Does that make sense? I expect to see on the view screen a Romulan commander appear and say, you're in violation of the treaty, and then they just, swipe it off, and it's not on the view screen. They need that sort of scene to kind of help. Small thing, but it's a little bit disconnected, and it could do a bit of reshoot when they're going to do something else, and now they're doing this instead.
Yeah. Well, Max Volume says at Trekyards, I can't pay for a super chat because I'm very poor, but still want to express my appreciation for your absolute candor in
Yeah.
reviewing this stuff.
Yeah.
He also says, don't always agree with you, but when discussing this stuff with a good level of emotional intelligence is refreshing. Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we try. We really try.
Yes, we do.
Oh, number one sci-fi says he's gonna be one of the very few good admirals. Brilliant.
Aw, until you turn bad.
Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time.
And Jarzia sent another PayPal because apparently Jarzia can't super chat for some reason.
Now, one thing I don't understand about the scene, and it feels very shoehorned in, is that while, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, while Ravi is trying to hack the thing, not sure how she could, but whatever, she suddenly has a picture of Daj's quarters or something, or the crazy person's quarters, and then zooms into a symbol.
Yeah, a few symbols, and she goes through them. Again, it's her putting things together in her head because remember, she sees think patterns people don't, right?
But what is this room? How does she have a picture? How does she know what it is? Why did she put time towards it? There's no connective tissue here. She suddenly has an image out of nowhere about nothing. Like I think we've seen those images. I think we've seen that graphic as part of the circle on the floor. And obviously there's a lot of them. I'm sure it's the crazy Romulans. But it's like, but what is this? What is this? And why is this here? I guess she's hacking. So she's hacked the information, but it's very poorly edited. This little throwaway second of, it's very strange.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to come in later. Hopefully, it'll be mentioned, but it was very strange.
Yeah.
But Jarzy gets $5 in PayPal, so thank you.
Thank you.
She doesn't ask a single question at all and throws a random glowy thing in her mouth without hesitation. Implanted memories have been a thing for years in Trek. She has no proof that what O showed her is real and doesn't question how she knows the future. Zero believability for me. This is a bad fan fiction level writing for me. You don't... Did I get cut off?
No, I was just like responding with non-verbal, and then you'll respond with
I was
verbal.
just going to say, it was a mind meld, so she feels this. Very much so, because it affects her like on a deep level, as you can tell, and she vomits and everything. Like, it's very disturbing.
Well, it destroys her soul.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the point that we see. This information allows her to kill her boyfriend of however many years.
Yeah. So, yeah, she feels it emotionally, not just giving images and questioning what it is. She feels that it's real, probably included with that. So
now, yes, could it be real? Could it not be real? That is obviously right. And I think this is a flashback, not a flash forward.
I'm tending to agree with you. Yeah.
Or like Eugene said, I mean, hey, what a reveal if the culture of an ancient person's in this lady, that's why she was there, because she has the same, well, I guess not, but like, you know, memories of the past, they had to bomb a planet with synthetics. I think it doesn't seem right if it be from the future. That doesn't connect, unless it's perspective, potential future. But I think it's the past, just seeing the repercussions, you know, this is what happens, this is why we have to stop it, because the future... I mean, she's smart to know the future can be changed. Look at Endgame. I'm sure there's a course on Endgame, you know, the whole thing about that. So I think it's more the past, and like you say, emotions. But Jurati's also very trusting, and I think yes, even if it was fake, she would still buy it. But I don't think it is fake, and therefore I don't think the function in the story needs to be fake, so we can trust it. But yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah. Well, Eugene, 250 rubles.
Thank you.
I bet these symbols are fractal neuronic cloning. Looks like the necklace, and it is a fractal.
Oh!
Yeah, I saw the necklace too, even though it's got another circle in there. But...
maybe this is a representation of the original, how they cloned the first set of synths back in the first Romulan wave. That's why the Romulans are drawing it. But I just hate the editing here. It's like, why is she focusing on this? It doesn't make any sense.
Especially now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, this is the worst situation you've been in for a long time, Ravi. Stop looking at paintings on a wall that, you know, it's very strange. But anyway. Oh, and then she says, they say, oh, we can't get out. And she's like, just ask them to let us go, because, you know, they want to kill and find the lady and Picard. Just let us go. And they're like, you really haven't been to space before, have you? But obviously she's kind of thinking, well, I know them, like, we're on the same team, sort of. But it's a weird line. A little bit of a weird line.
I agree.
Yeah.
But now we're on the board queue. We see some some XBs.
Yes.
lined up, and one of them gets killed. And they're asking Hugh for information on where they went, where he sent them, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I thought he was going to die here. I'm glad he didn't.
Oh,
I thought, okay, phew, he got off.
Yeah, he's invulnerable, as we know. He ain't going anywhere. And this is kind of a fun scene because, well, it's not fun. It's very not fun. The lady's quite good in this scene, for several reasons. She actually mentions you're under treaty, so I can't kill you, and she actually does mean it. That's a nice touch. That's good politics there. But also, she doesn't know how they escaped, and although you could argue it's been seconds because obviously Picard beamed to the planet, and we see it 1 second later. This is obviously later, but not a lot later. So I guess it's been maybe 5 minutes. So caught him instantly.
Well, there is a line where she says, we found 4 Romulan guards on the floor, and just you.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? How'd you? Yeah. So. Yeah, I would assume a few minutes later at least.
But enough to not know what happened, and also not know about the chambers. The chamber's still a secret, and the Romans can't detect it. That's a good sign. Like, there's I don't know what you did, for God's... And that, I like her venom here, because it's like... And even she makes an interesting comment saying, you've ruined years of work, dozens of agents on dozens of worlds, and your actions might have doomed trillions across half the galaxy. And that's a very specific phrasing. And given how passive they were with Soji, I don't buy that. There's more there. And also, why aren't they going to a planet? Wouldn't that be one of the first things you do? We're missing things. It's interesting stuff. It doesn't quite connect yet. Well, it shouldn't necessarily connect yet, but...
But as called in your prediction video, that because Hugh's not cooperating, they don't choose to kill Hugh. They choose to kill some XBs. So she says, kill them all.
Yeah.
And then it's firing squad time.
Viciously as well. Multiple shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it really... I mean, you're basically putting them out of their misery, so... Well, it's kind of a good thing, I guess. But
and I want to credit Mr. Del Arco for his acting. There's a lovely few faces that he gives that are just like pricelessly good acting. He's really channeling something here that, yeah, good for him. Good for him. And then we get very, very green screen shot as Eric walks at camera in clearly a green screen, 100% green screen set, and he walks in the side of a craft, so it is the side 100% of a brand new ship, Stuart, of little snakebite fighters or whatever they're called, scout ships.
Yeah, snake fighters or something. Yeah. Telma ML puts in $2. I feel season 1 could be 1 or 2 episodes. I mean, no, probably 4 or 5. They could have done this.
Well, 6 episode miniseries. Make a solid hour each, and then refine them. Yeah.
Fleetpot Swiftback $2. This scene was horrible. Narissa is evil. Yes. Craig Ken. Oh, Trekyards backing a mercy killing. No. Yeah, but it's a snake head fighter, says Florell. Yeah.
Although that's Ravi's designation as kind of like a throwaway, so he doesn't quite know. Although my second listening, he says amazing firepower for the size. Yeah.
James McGill, $5. Quite a few character development and introductions this episode, saddened by Hugh's death.
Yeah.
Perhaps if Hugh gets reassimilated as a Borg, thus saving his life. Yeah, they're not going to do that, but I would like that. I just think in the next episode, 7's going to be thoroughly pissed when she finds out Hugh got killed by this bitch. And she's already killed B'Jazel, so... Well, somebody's got a target on their back. I
can also imagine that it wouldn't just be Hugh, because while she likes Hugh, there's more to it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Roman lady calls for the death of like hundreds of Borg, just as like, I'm angry. Kill all of Deck 9. And then she walks in and it's like, why is there 1,500 Borg XBs out in space? Because they were killed. And Raphael GP, did you notice the TNG like warp effect during the chase?
Everybody's been saying that. They said that to me last night on my first reaction. I didn't notice it. It looked very, very still off.
So there's like two white things that pass them, the ships. But we know what TNG warp looks like, and there's way more than 2 stars that go by. And we know what this warp effect looks like. It's they go to warp, and we see them at warp. So no, it can't be. I wish it was the same thing, guys. It makes sense. There's a logical lack of dimension here. We'll get there when we get there. Very confusing. Very, very confusing.
Yes. Jarzia, though, $2. One of the XBs that got shot looked Hirogen.
Yeah, one was an alien.
Notice that. Notice that.
Like actually Hirogen or just a bit Hirogen?
It did look a little Hirogen. Just the way the head was sculpted at the side. Yeah. But, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what it looks. You know, I brighten up this show so many goddamn times. It's so dark. I mean, it's close. I wouldn't be surprised. I could see it.
Either.
And that'd be a lovely little, well, hundreds of thousands of dollars of makeup budget to redesign the makeup and whatever just for one guy half on screen. Hopefully it is though. But yeah, Narek leaves. We've now finished his subplot, basically. We've summarized it, I mean. Summarized his subplot.
But we're back to Hugh.
Mm-hmm.
Now Hugh is mourning the death of these XBs.
Yeah.
And she holds a knife to his throat. And, you know, it's good, actually, because she actually was putting it in because you could see blood trickling down the blade at one point. Which I didn't really expect, but I thought that was a nice touch.
Well, she can't kill him, but she can make him bleed. No, and it is amazing how the actress somehow turned the dialogue, expressing the billions dead. There's a certain clarity of purpose that isn't, because like you've said in one of the videos, that she's got this sort of weird anti. What was the word you used? In all the dialogue, kind of like snide and I'm the villain, you know, with Narek. And this is just like, it feels like it's pure her saying, you effing... No. Style of acting. But in this, she's like very clear of like, you idiot. You think you... I mean, and also to be fair though to him, he didn't even ask questions. And Picard didn't explain who she was. So he 100% trusted Picard's knowledge. And Picard doesn't know the full story. So, you know, he didn't ask any questions. He shouldn't be surprised this happened. He didn't ask a single question that got answered.
Yeah. Sci-Fi Nation throws in $2. Thank you very much, my friend. 404 watching. As I send this, hashtag smash that like. Brilliant. Hashtag like spike. Thank you very much, Sci-Fi Nation. And yes, guys, over 400 people here. That is amazing. So hit that like button.
Do you think that's because more people are enjoying this episode, or people are coming back to review it? Because we've had a dip, as I think the interest has gone down in the show.
I think so. If we see a Starfleet vessel in any other episode, I think that's going to get good numbers as well. So, yeah, I think it's because people really felt this one, you know.
I said this in our other review, but these shows are made for fans. Fans who pay the subscription, fans who buy the DVDs, fans who buy the Eagle Moss. Make these shows for fans. If you make it a good show, then new people can just enjoy it as its new thing. But this is a fan-pleasing, well-made, well-crafted story. And guess what? People are going to respond to that. If you make a fan-saddening thing like killing Icheb and ruining Ollie Seven's character, you're going to get blowback. Unless there's a really good reason. It isn't rocket science, you know.
Yeah. Donnie Pearson. Hello, everyone. Hello,
Sam.
Sorry for the delay, internet outage. I'm the only one in the neighborhood who experienced it.
Oh.
Wow. That's okay.
Funny.
All right, so Narek says he's launching. He launches the ship, and she's like, all right, let them go. This is odd because he launches, you see the ship being stuck in tractor beam, and then it gets... And I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, we see it a minute later. It's very much Empire Strikes Back, you know, the Slave One following the Falcon.
Yeah. And this bothered me in rewatch. And again, we're being very positive, but there are things I have problems with. But you know, but then again, rewrites and re-whatevers. So Ravi very much rightly says they let us go. It's a trap, and Rios says stupidly, okay, but only if they can catch me.
Well, he says, yeah, you're probably right, essentially, with the way he said it. And then he goes, yeah, but they got to catch me.
And it's like, dude, any carrier ship, any heavy cruiser that's more advanced than you can outmatch you. Are you joking?
But he's calling on his skills as a pilot. He's very confident.
But you
that
can
he can
detect ships at warp. There isn't much skill as a pilot when you're at warp.
I know. I'm just saying.
It just feels like he feels really stupid in that moment. Like, not overconfident, but just like, it doesn't matter. Move on.
Yeah.
Especially as he knows within minutes a ship's following at warp, because there isn't that. It doesn't feel right. He's smart on that, and I wish he'd said, "I'll lose him. I'll do multiple tracks," you know. But they say we're gonna go straight to the planet, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it feels rushed, really, really rushed, and not in character. He's smart on that, so
yeah. Rum Truffler, £5.
That's a great name.
It is a great name. Please, Seven, resurrect Hugh like you did for Neelix and Voyager. Everybody keeps saying that, but Neelix was killed by electricity, not a throwing dagger to the throat.
I mean, yeah. Well, to be fair though, Borg tech is very impressive. But
it didn't seem like that fatal of a wound. I mean, honestly.
Well, it's a carotid artery sort of wound, isn't it? It's like a sensitive spot. Yeah. I assume anyway. But yeah, the Serena moves away, and they don't think anything of it that they're not being followed, or other ships. It's just completely. They're not very self-aware. They know they've read the script. They're not worried.
Brian Delaney, though, $5.
Thank you.
Nepenthe should have been a Star Trek feature film with the whole series, one story arc encapsulated into a 2-hour feature. Well done.
Maybe. Don't know. Don't think so. And E. Paraths says, in the after show, Jonathan Frakes said that he isn't sure the fans know what they really want.
Yeah.
I mean, this is true, but we do know what we don't want. And we know what disrespects. And they should know in writing what fans won't like distinctly won't like. But new and interesting is interesting, you know. I mean, come on, they did how many episodes of Voyager? You know, there's a difference between fans don't like, do like, and hate. Voyager, there's a lot of like, it's fine, but most episodes people don't hate. So they did stuff that fans at least enjoyed to some extent. So they did it for how many episodes? You know, and 7 years and hundreds of episodes. So it's kind of like, we don't know what we want, but as long as it's a good story that respects the universe and the characters, we'll be intrigued. But if you throw stuff we really don't want at it, you're obviously going to have this negative reaction because you're doing stuff that you should know is going to do things. But as I don't know, some creatives, it's like Bad Boys 3, right? That hit all of the nails on the head for me as a fan. All of them. Like, it was incredibly well made. I probably could have also sort of pitched for those ideas as well. You know, there's some logical things you could have done. Yeah.
Well, Eugene puts in 250 rubles.
Thank you.
Scanners can't detect him. Did you try looking out the window? Damn, the ships were so close. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
The pet peeve for sure. Torah 69, $2, 410 watching,
Woo!
257 likes. Let's get to 300. Yes, guys, by all means, hit the like button if you haven't. Let's get to 300 likes. With over 400 of you here, it should be no problem.
And do click subscribe if you'd like to hear our unbiased, balanced reviews of all these episodes, good and bad. That is the most important thing to us.
Yes. Jeff Jacobs, $2, 259 likes, again at 300. Let's get to 400. Hashtag make Jeff pay. Oh, I'd love to get to 400 likes, but I don't think we can. Try it. Hit the like button. All right, so we're back on the cube, and we see Elnor jump in.
One last thing, sorry. Max volume. But there lies the problem with making new versions of past franchises. You can't please everyone. One word. Mandalorian. Pleased everyone. So you can make something that pleases everyone.
Wow. There are some people that hate the Mandalorian.
But that is the tiniest percentage. It's either love, like, pretty good. Very small percentage don't like it. Sorry, I just want to point that out. That was
Yep.
same year as this. Just saying.
Soalev Saksid. Oh, sorry, I
Wow.
butchered your name. But 100
Norwegian krona.
Norwegian krona.
$12.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
The two last episodes have showed an uplift of the Picard series. I like that there is a good story made for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we will see some good end of this storyline this season. Yes. I think the last couple episodes are going to be great. At least that's what I'm hoping. So far they've been. The last two have been good, so.
Yeah, they've definitely I think you can see they've tweaked the show. Which, hey, I mean, you evolve shows as you go. That's absolutely fine. They've definitely done stuff to kind of, change the second half. I mean, the fact that these I keep saying, focus. These episodes have focus. The other ones have not. Massive difference in quality when the focus comes in. Yeah, sorry.
All right, so Eleanor teams up with Hugh again, and everybody's like, "Well, what about Eleanor? Can't escape without Eleanor." And he's like, "Just leave me here. I can't allow this to continue. I need to protect Hugh or whatever." And they're like, "Everybody here thinks you're crazy."
I'm brave.
And brave, says Girardi.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Cute.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh shit! How's he gonna get off of the cube now?" And then later, I think, okay, they're gonna fire up the cube and take the cube away. But nah.
So I have love and hate with this. I love the bromance of these two. It's they weirdly have chemistry and they're like 5 seconds of screen time. I don't understand the motivations here. I'll be honest with you. First of all, that Girardi says, "What about Eli? Elron? What's his name?"
Oh. Elnor.
Thank you. You would think in any other situation, any other show, you don't stop flying next to a Borg cube and wait. They did that. It felt really strange and like, well, we have to have them have a conversation. Whereas they really should have been like doing maneuvers or like they don't even question the Borg / Romans aren't chasing them. There's no connective tissue here. It's very strange. They don't seem to know either. And so when you get to Elnor, why is he now helping Hugh? He pledged his life to Picard. This is not that. Why? This is. I mean, this is definitely like reshoot. We need him here for 7 9 stuff. It's so inorganic. It's very strange.
Yeah.
I guess he could be like a fresh faced, wants to help people, but it's like at least
more people to kill here. He was bored on the Serena all the time.
Yeah, and they should at least have had a scene with him and Hugh talking and saying, like something, because it just feels out of left field a little bit, or kind of like, well, these are the two characters that are here, we'll Malcolm team up. But also, I didn't buy that you could get him even off the cube. How would you get him off of a cube of shields?
Yeah,
like it doesn't.
It didn't bother me at all that they teamed up. It was perfectly fine.
But also not logical, like as in not smart. Oh, it just doesn't. It just happens.
Yeah. The Trembler, $5. Speaking of elf-like Romulans, did you see someone noted that Elnor in Sandarian second elf language would be L equals star plus Nor equals to walk, to trek? Really? That's awesome. Fleet Pass Flipback, $1.99. Where's Elnor's combats? What's it look like? It looks exactly like Picard's. It's the little Serena symbol. It's like a little mermaid. It's got a tail. It's got like a...
Yep.
Yeah. So... And Scamperfy puts in 2 pounds. It stinks.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no. Yeah. Well, Jacob Tink says, Elnor has a hard-on for lost causes. Now that I like. That's interesting. I can actually see that. I just wish they'd had a line, or like, I'm more needed here. Didn't quite connect, but that's a great, they're into suicide.
They're Kuala Khan. They're pledged they to help somebody, to bind their sword, is essentially a lost cause, and that's kind of where he is right now. So,
I just wish he had said, "I pledge my sword to you, Hugh the Borg." We need a little bit more. It just wasn't.
Yeah. It's not nothing that I could get stuck on. It's fine. With the way the rest of the episode is paced, I think it's good.
But this is about us being fair. These are things, these are problems. But again, considering the quality, yes, of everything else.
Benjamin Handelman, $5.
Thank you.
Elnor helped Picard complete his quest to find Soji. Now he is on a new one. I also buy that one. That's a good one as well. And Trace, $2. How did Hugh get captured, but Elrond didn't? Well, it's Elnor. But how did Hugh get captured? Well, they kind of mentioned it in a line of dialogue. They found Hugh at the end of the corridor with 4 bodies. So I think Elnor just booked it after he killed the 4 Romulans that came around the corner.
Yeah, he jumped into a vent basically.
Yeah,
I mean that's fine. So, I can buy. And I can see Hugh saying, "Leave me." I'll
be fine. I'm the director.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it feels as if he left to not get kidnapped, or he said to Elnor, "It's fine. They can't kill me. I'm under treaty. Hide. Fire me when they're gone." Obviously, her leaving was a plan. Like, she left on purpose to bring them back out. I mean, she didn't know Elnor was there. I mean, actually, there's a lack. We know more than the actors do. But yeah, yeah. Although you would think should have called out. All of our guards died by a sword. Where's your sword, Hugh? Where's your sword? Yeah. Anyway, next.
All right. So Listerina goes to warp. The other thing follows it, and now we are on Nepenthe.
Although we'll call out the Discovery warp effect, the sound effect, it's the same VFX. It's the exact same as Discovery, exactly.
Now,
and the Romans now doesn't even wait 1 second basically to jump into warp. And considering how quick warp is, I mean, he is literally like this close at warp. I mean, he ain't being. Narek is terrible in this episode. He is the dumbest character in the entire show in this episode. He's a bad spy. Bad spy.
Well, interestingly enough, the next scene on Nepenthe, you see a rabbit, one of these rabbits, right? And I didn't notice it before, and I thought the first time I saw the pan over it, I'm like, oh, they didn't add anything stupid alien to the rabbit like they did in TOS to the dog, where they put the little things on the dog, right? And now looking at this frame, and somebody pointed out last night, there's a unicorn horn on the bunny. Which I did not notice any of the times I watched this, even when I got the screen cap.
That's so hilarious. I was wondering if it was 3D or not, because I hope it was a real rabbit.
Try again.
No.
That's the dumbest and most amazing thing. Someone put time into that, Stuart. Someone put time and money into that. That's amazing.
A conscious thought the first time I saw it, going, oh, they didn't add anything stupid and alien to the rabbit. Interesting. And I immediately thought of that episode of TOS where they had the dog that split into 2.
With a unicorn, it had a horn. I felt like that's a reference. That's fun.
There you go.
That's
anyway,
fun. I like it.
So they warp in and Soji falls. Oh, we got another super chat. Sorry. Caleb Horn, $5.
Hey, Caleb.
Hope Riker's bait about still being in active reserve pays out. Yep. Hope he finds a good reason to go back to his ship. I think that'll be a line. I had a good reason. If not this season, maybe in season 2. Yeah, it's a setup for whenever they need it, I think.
And who's it? E. Pathos. Riker actually calls it a bunnycorn. He did. I just didn't hear it as bunny/unicorn. I heard it as a generic like sci-fi animal. But okay, that makes more sense now. Bunnycorn sausage.
Bunnycorn sausage. I thought they put corn with it because you can put stuff into sausage, right? So I thought there were bunnies. Anyway.
Yeah.
Bunny
didn't see it.
Kind of dumb.
Yeah, I've heard. It's fine. And although, how did the Kendra find them?
Oh, it was just super convenient.
Yeah.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
They just appear right before her, essentially.
Yep.
But I don't know why Soji falls necessarily. They were both walking through. They weren't running. I guess maybe the change in terrain, Picard was expecting it because he beams down to a lot of places.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff Jacobs says, I definitely thought it was corn added to the meat. Yeah. All right, Squadra Course, $2. How to catch a unique rabbit. Unique up on it. Oh my god. James Miguel.
That was terrible. That was brilliant. Well done. That was good.
Would Riker command Titan once he's on active duty?
Doubt
It's
it.
hard to say. Hard to say, but I kind of doubt it too. Yeah.
I mean, he might be able to request Titan, and the captain of the Titan might like let him take over, but he probably hasn't commanded the Titan in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, busy. It's out there doing something.
Oh, if you want to go back a picture or two, you can see the Lucerina comm badge there for Fleet Paw.
Oh yes.
It's got like a little mermaid tail on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what the comm badges look like.
Mm-hmm. I'm absolutely fine with comm badges that are unique shapes. Not a problem.
Yep.
Easy tech. Been around for 80, 90, 100, no more than that, Enterprise C, so 100 something years. Fine with it. Yeah, it's fine. And then you have a scene which I like a lot, but it could easily just be a padding reshoot. Like, now we need to fill 50 minutes of time. What are we going to do? We're going to have this cute scene with the daughter to be cute and to relate. Like, you know, it's that sort of scene of, you don't need it, but it's nice to watch. And full kudos, great casting on the daughter. I really do get the vibe she's a Riker daughter. Like, she has that energy in her.
Except, where'd she get the blonde hair?
She space dyed it.
Perfect.
I mean, to be fair, you don't know Riker wasn't a blonde when he was young and then got dark. I had blonde hair when I was young. I mean,
I had blonde hair too, and nobody. You're gonna go back into that. Remember, everybody was complaining about my hair color, saying it's not blonde.
No.
I had blonde hair. I still do. And people say, no, it's not blonde. It's blonde. It's just dirty blonde. Relax. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. Why was she blonde? Maybe because it's in somebody's genes somewhere. Sure.
Well, like I said, she just dye it. I mean, space dye. It's not a problem. But what do you think of the casting?
Very good. I mean, the actress is phenomenal. I thought the character was well played. So
I think part of the charm is that she's so enthusiastic, because in rewatching it, she's living the dialogue on the surface, and she's very expositional, but it's charming. You know, like, I don't think she'd be the best at, like, a really sad scene, because she kind of acts, but she's excited, so you buy it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The Trembler, $10. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Amazing to think this wild child will one day be the heir to the holy rings of Beta Z. Give her the sacred chalice of Reeks. She probably will wear it as a helmet. That's great.
I love it. Love it, love it.
And Telma ML puts in $10 as well. Thank you
you
very much. With the old Treks, you could expect silly things like the dinosaur planet. I don't know if we can expect the same with Picard. I always hoped for a fluffy dog planet with warp-capable starships.
Yeah.
My God. Michael Mooney, £2. What ship would give the biggest pop from fans?
Oh,
Sovereign.
Enterprise Z. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Enterprise Z refit. Yeah, warping in cells, 100%. Yeah.
Or the Titan.
Or Galaxy Dreadnought. Or E-Dreadnought, if you really want to get very, like...
Ooh, that'd
like,
be awesome.
ultra weird canon-y. And that, yeah. I mean, to be fair, you called that in another review. If Riker comes in full uniform with an Enterprise E Dreadnought with the cannon, and he comes in, and
they won't do that.
But and because they don't say he's not an admiral, like, he could have been a retired admiral at this point. They don't ever explain that. I mean, in terms of, like, mind fuckery, because you imagine, like, a big Roman fleet, he comes in, that could be a really good payoff.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Weirdly
strong.
Sure.
And he's like, I brought the E out of mothballs. The F's being built, but the E's still around, and here it is. And Picard's like, again?
Yeah.
Wow. Q. It's all a dream again. Am I still 60 on Enterprise D? Are you showing two alternate Dreadnought futures?
Q, are you compensating for something?
One in which Riker's fatter than the other, but less. But actually, that Riker had less dark hair. So one future Riker's thinner with more grey hair. One is fatter with darker hair. Two futures. That'd be. I would love that. That'd be brilliant.
Jarzia, $2. Loxana used to be a blonde.
Oh,
yeah, but that was clearly fake. But yeah.
Well, that was a wig as well. I think she took it off at one point. It was a yeah.
Eugene, 250 rubles. Yes, finally, not synth android, not hologram voice command. Finally, we're in Star Trek universe. By the way, check the dictionary. It's true. Elnor is literally Star Ride in Sandarian. That's awesome.
That is awesome. And Super Coops, do you think the scene with the daughter is a callback to Picard and nephew in TNG? I thought this walk talk felt very similar. 100%. And
I didn't realize that till just now, but thank you.
We just watched it, and because she's even like as old as Picard. Although I was confused by the fact that she asks Soji, "Is he your father?" And yet she does know who he is. Because she says, "Not as old as Picard." Looks back, so she.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, she would know who Picard was. She would have seen pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like you would think that. Like she knows that much about Data that she would know if Picard ever had a daughter, especially a daughter.
Not necessarily. It's been quite a few years.
Yeah, but this girl's like 18, so the daughter would have to be at least 18, so it'd be 30 years, which means it'd be before date. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't quite make sense. It's fine.
Tony Paparoni puts in 300 rubles, so thank you.
Welcome back. Thank you.
For a moment, I thought it's going to Die Hard on board Cube with Hugh and Lord of the Rings guy, but then...
That would have been good. I would have liked that. Yeah. That would have been good stuff. But no, I like this scene. I think it's a bit... What?
Sorry, Jarzia was making a Nurse Chapel joke that she was blonde and...
Oh, when she was younger.
Well, she started out as black hair, though, as number one. So let's take it back even further, guys.
Yep.
She can't decide. It was also gray at some points. Oh, there you go.
That's fun. I do think the scene's a little bit long, though, in that...
Yeah.
The you know, Have You Ever Lied to Me? It's nice. It really works, but it's like, it's a little bit long. A little bit long.
The worst thing about it, though, is, you know... Well, who's her dad? Wow, I think it's Commander Data. Without telling Soji first, and Soji's like you know, she's an artificial. Like it was kind of a. I think, and Troy calls him out on that kind of shit later. But what a bad way to tell her, you know? Yeah,
the biggest problem with this scene is that surely you've been trying to find this girl for 2 weeks. Why the hell are you walking behind her for 10 minutes? In silence,
checking out the bum. That's what you do.
Android bum. I mean, you would have said, "Look, Soji, I knew Daj. I'm sorry she's dead. I'm Captain Andromeda." Like you would tell her who she is. But in the reality of the scene, the daughter's like, "Oh yeah, I'll take you home," and he walks in silence with the girl that he was on a board cube with 3.5 minutes ago, running for their life, and they're just chilled. It's like a real disconnect. Like as if they've already filmed the rest of the season, when he knows they already had that conversation. Now they've come back to film this, and they didn't think to sort of start here. Because there's a disconnect there. Picard would say who they are, an android, and yeah, it's weird.
I love how then Soji's like, just this is all probably all fake. Just continue with the mind fuckery.
Games.
Essentially,
it's good.
Essentially,
smart, good dialogue. I like it.
Yeah.
And then they get to the place, and we see Troy, and it is sweet as all hell. It's lovely. Better than the trailers implied, and that's impressive.
Absolutely, I did not expect as good a performance from Sturgis as we got, so I was really impressed. And this is such a great scene, them hugging. And now she senses right away, you're in trouble.
Oh, and yes, Hez Raz, thanks for reminding me. Dale noticed that Soji's hair is changing colour. Yes, she had a white streak in it at one point. Or a couple of points.
Now, there's a little bit of a grey streak there, but you notice it more with the tomato scene.
Yeah, and I was like, what? What's going on there?
Yeah.
But no, it's lovely. And I love the minimalist acting by Marina. It's they're like talking without talking, and she's like, "Oh, I get it," and she's like, Although to be fair, she's obviously sensing his brain thoughts, which I only remembered the second viewing, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm fine. And she's like, you're lying, you dickhead. You're lying, but I know you think it's okay. Like, oh, it's good.
Yeah. Fleet Paw Swiftback, $2. Love these scenes. It felt like TNG. Absolutely.
But it didn't. It felt like them later.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
I don't think it just felt like TNG. I think it was nice.
It had that chemistry on screen without trying. You know, it was great.
Yeah.
Jarzy at $5. Picard is written badly in this one. A skilled diplomat like Picard would be more delicate than taunting a girl who is confused and scared. I don't know about that. He's not good with kids, as Riker points out. You know, it's like essentially you have a teenager, and trust me, that'll test anybody. Speaking as a parent, I can attest to that. So, yeah.
I mean, they do point out that you're treating her like an officer. That's the disconnect. But yeah, he is old. They're not giving him what he should be able to have. And yeah, the diplomat him is long since gone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, then the next scene is great though. Stop yelling! Picard's here.
What?
Looks out, and this is so well played. And then the instant reaction from Jonathan, like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?"
And you can tell that's just him every time they have dinner.
Oh yeah, for sure. I also love his hands are covered in flour, and he pats him like really hard on the back. I didn't notice it the first time, and then there's just flour all over the back of his jacket.
It's real small, it's real subtle, it's real effective. No, and this scene is gold. It's real gold.
Ooh. And it gets better instantly. He's like, "You're in trouble, aren't you? Shields up." And never expected shields on a cottage. Like, how far do they extend? But is there a shield generator underneath the cottage?
That's the sci-fi you need.
Yeah.
Just him ordering the cottage computer, not ship's computer, cottage computer, to do something. Brilliant. Oh, wouldn't it have been nice though? Small thing if it had been Magell, like old clips of her saying shields activated, because you know they. I mean, reference to reference. That would have been a small touch, but you know.
But no,
I love Shields Up. It's so right.
Initiate scans. We've had some trouble with the Konzinti lately. You should probably run a scan for cloaks too, and scan for cloaks. And you see the window behind him, like there's a blue like,
yep.
And then it like slowly fades. It was so well done. I was giddy at this scene, like shields up on the cottage. It's
yep.
Like, can they withstand an orbital bombardment though?
That's what I said. It's so genuine, and this is the difference between a hero character who is old, written poorly, wants to die, Picard, versus hero character which is the same guy but 10, 20 years older. That's the difference. You've just shown it. Riker is still Riker. Is still doing Riker things. Is still in the universe of Star Trek. Picard was not. And so it's really stark contrast. And it's so refreshing. And yeah, it's just so much gold dialogue in this episode. It's very well written.
Yeah. Well, the Trembler puts in $5.
Thank you.
One neat difference is the difference isn't to a superior officer anymore.
And yet, still treats him, if you notice the way he acts, is still second in command. Second officer, the guy that's meant to like give him advice, but in the same, it's exact same confidant way, but with the edge of you arrogant fool. Like it's still very much that rapport, which is wonderful. And then I love Marina or Troy coming in saying, and I love the formality. She's like a professional. She's like, da 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 da. But I didn't sense anything. Very matter of fact, and she works all out instantly. Brilliant, good stuff. Which is interesting actually, because she could detect the emotion chip signal to data with lore, but she can't detect this android, implying this android might not be emotion chip android, might just be clever AI emotion, and just like inbuilt in the programming. Yeah. And that'd be kind of nice if they make Sung's android still more advanced in the emotion chip. This is all just a clever program, just very, very clever. Like more mimicry than real.
Yeah. But Kestra gives him the little unicorn rabbit, and I can see the unicorn on its head now again. God damn. We took out the venom sacs because we don't want to be spewing black venom. It's great.
Yeah, she's fun. She's fun. Although it's weird that she said she was a pacifist earlier, and yet she also did hunt and kill a rabbit.
Yeah.
It was weird to have both.
Somebody last night on my first reaction said that Riker in one scene in TNG was saying how barbaric it was to hunt animals for food, and now he lets his daughter do it.
Oh, but he's also growing tomatoes. I guess he's just kind of gone into the real lifestyle, like back to basics.
Yeah, I could buy it.
Yeah.
Torah 69, $2, 300 likes now.
Wow.
Let's get 150. 411 of you here. That is awesome. Hit the like button, guys, if you haven't. And Fleet Paw Swift back another $3, 300 likes. So thank you very much.
Yeah. I love these lines say, as long as you want, we'll be here for you. We'll protect you. We'll make this work. It's so much genuine, like, strength. And because I came out of desperation. You know, I ran out of things. I had a plan. The plan failed. I had a crew. Lost the crew. I'm here because I've nowhere else to go. And it's like, why didn't you go to them at the start? You could have gotten them a better captain, not a better captain, but a bigger ship. And as we said, there are so many admirals that would have independently helped him. So many captains would have independently helped him. Do you not think Captain Naomi Wildman or Captain LaForge or Captain, Wesley Crusher would have helped him if they'd asked? You know, this is where you start realizing that writing. Difference of a Trek show versus a sci-fi dystopian show.
And Jersey says Trekyards. Riker said they don't enslave animals for food, so no cattle farming. But there was a picture of him fishing with his dad. So yeah, okay.
And you could probably argue that maybe this planet has 1 billion rabbits, and it's just like, I mean,
invasive species.
Yeah, I mean that horn. I mean, especially the poisonous. I mean, to be fair, what if that animal kills other animals because of the poison? And therefore they say we can kill the animal that kills other animals because we're actually saving other animals.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
We get the Soji showering scene.
Which is weird, but okay.
It's not as enjoyable as I would hope for, but... And then Kestra asking her, do you play the violin? Do you like Sherlock Holmes? And she's like, yeah, I suppose so. Can you run really fast? Can you jump really high? Can you bend things with... Actually, yes. Just found out, but yeah.
No, it's cute. It does feel a little bit like Kestra's playing the audience questionnaire. Like she knows too much.
Yeah.
But I mean, you do get a sense Riker and Data are more close than Data and Picard. Because they spent more time together. They learned together. So it would make more sense that he's one of his best friends and he was able to tell stories. You know what I mean? So it works fine for me, better than Picard being all, he sacrificed himself for me, therefore it's like, yeah, lots of people do that.
Yeah. And Eugene puts in 100 rubles and says, we no longer enslave animals for food purposes. No enslavement here. Yeah. I was just addressing it because somebody brought it up on my live last night, and I wasn't sure what the exact quote was, but thank you guys for letting us know.
Yeah.
I love when we don't know something, they just let us know in the chat. That's awesome. Thank you.
And Matt Deckard says, the shower uses water? How quaint. Well, I'm sure it's replicated water. I mean...
Why is the shower outside, though?
Well...
Probably just one of the showers, but yeah.
I mean, to be fair, though, it feels like not a nudist hippie commune, but it's like it's a family of 3. That's it. It was a family of 4. It's like... You got husband and wife, and then kids, and then you just... I'll use a shower, okay?
Go outside and shower when it's cold at night? Like, no.
Well, no. You got space heaters. This is the future. You can like make a 50...
Maybe it's always warm here.
Yeah, you got a 50-meter radius where you can choose the aircon. I mean, wouldn't it be cool if there was like an aircon unit that controlled the air outside of your house? And so your entire property could be like 23 degrees.
They have a shielding system, so why not?
Exactly. No, seriously, I think that's not a problem.
Jeff Jacobs, $2, 315 on the march to 400. Hashtag make Jeff pay.
Matt said Sonic showers its TMP Trekyards. Yes, but this is old school. And I do think that when Janeway and Chakotay were stuck on a planet, they also had real showers. I think that was actually something they had like a... Wow, it's water. I know, it's cool. And can I just say thank you, everyone, for joining us and being part of this community? Because 406 is amazing. We're having a lot of fun. I think you guys can tell, and super chats are amazing. And yeah, just thanks for joining in.
That's right. Before you get to the picture you're on, though, when they first go into the room, you see a picture that she drew of her older brother.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out how old he would have been when he died. She said he would have been coming up to 18. The synth attack happened 14 years ago, so he would have been 4 when that happened. So judging by this picture, it wasn't. He was probably like 15.
Well, because Kestra knows him well. It's not as if they weren't. I mean, she has the entire outfit, so yeah, I would assume actually not that long ago. Yeah, 5-ish years maybe.
Yeah, maybe even less. But yeah, I think it's probably around 15 or so would be my guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, because we've now had... Because I think the synth attack was 14 years ago?
Yeah.
So now we've got another number. 18 years ago, they still had... We'll get there in a minute, but the costume, the post-Nemesis costume. So now we've got an actual date for when... we're pushing that back even further. Small note, but we like where costumes start and stop. I'm just while you're on the note there. Although, why, in this picture, does Frakes have a beard? Why did she not draw her dad with a beard?
Maybe he shaved it off for a little while.
I mean, yeah.
He did in Insurrection.
But isn't that funny? You would think if you're drawing Jonathan Frakes, be with a beard. That feels a little bit of a... They didn't realise who they were drawing, because that doesn't...
I never even noticed it, so thank you.
It was tiny. And the blonde hair, everyone's got brown hair. When you put it next to her siblings, like
exactly. Why... That's why I asked, because the blonde hair immediately. I was like, why does she have blonde hair? Troy's always had dark hair. Most betas do. Yeah. So I don't know. Whatever.
Interesting.
Nobody noticed. Maybe she's adopted.
Don't tell her that. Yeah, a lot of things.
Anyway, so yeah, we get the...
There's a red-headed girl in this horse picture. With black-haired something. I don't know. It's very odd pictures. It's very rustic and old school and... Don't know. Weird.
Those could be made-up people for their fantasies. Yeah,
I can imagine.
And the line about mucus, and Data would probably make somebody with mucus because he always wanted to be more human, and I don't see how I could be his daughter. If he's I'm only 3 years old, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is interesting.
Gabor D, that wasn't water for the shower. It was purified bunny corn blood. Keeps the skin smooth.
That's right.
God damn it.
Trekyards audience, totally buy shield and anti-cloak sensors, but not an outdoor shower. I totally buy an outdoor shower. A lot of places, a lot of cottages, a lot of vacation spots have an outdoor shower. They probably have an indoor one as well. I was just asking the question.
I had no problem for a second, so...
No, neither did I.
Yeah.
I know that somebody was going to bring it up because it was brought up last night. See, that's the thing about doing the first reaction videos. I kind of find out what people are, where their head's at when they're watch these. So, but anyway, she's like, "Don't cry, don't cry. I think you're cool." Side which you're only 3, so that means me in charge of you.
It's a good line. It's another good line. It's so dumb, but it's a good line.
Yeah. And then we get Thad's room.
This is a good... Marina, again, brings absolute A-game here.
And Thad, in case you guys are wondering, is named after Thaddeus Riker, who ties into Voyager, the Q episode, where they pull Riker into the Delta Quadrant. And you see the picture of Thaddeus Riker.
I'm finding it now.
And the Q in Civil War, and Thaddeus Riker's on the crutches. So, again, a great call-out. Kestra was named after Troy's older sister that died, and then Thad was named after Thaddeus. So
all of the kids are referencing family as seen in other Star Treks. I mean, that is fan respect, clever fan service that no one's going to really see until one clever person realizes and then points it out. I mean, it's so clever. They're also terrible names, but they're canon like sci-fi names. And it's brilliant. Really well done there with that. That's exactly the sort of stuff you should be doing, and it makes sense. But yeah, seriously, Marina Sirtis here. What a great underplayed. I've got remorse, but I've had to live with it, and I'm being strong for this is what I take from it, is that I've been strong for the family. We've been strong. We've bonded together. What?
Somebody just pointed out in the chat. Who was it? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Victoria Garcia. If you look at the picture of baby Thad, you'll see he's being held in the briefing room of the Enterprise E, and he is. It's awesome.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow, that's interesting. So that means that uniform's probably in the E as well.
Well, that might not be the E though. That might be the Verite, because he's wearing the new uniform.
Yeah.
And he's an admiral. So he got the Verite after he became admiral.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. Right.
So that's a different ship, but you see some ships in the background there.
I mean, it is a set picture of Nemesis. I mean, although one thing I just noticed, and I noticed half of it, but in this picture, Thad has a bow and arrow, but also a bow and arrow trophy. So he's really into bow and arrows. That was his thing, I guess. I wonder if that's a reference to anything.
Don't know, but Jarzia throws in $2 Canadian, or $2 Canadian. Real Civil War photo they digitally altered.
Yeah.
And good tea, nice house, $2. Didn't the first Kestra have blonde hair in TNG? No, she had dark hair. It was Kirsten Dunst's character that had the blonde hair.
Yeah. But yeah, Kestra again, tremendous reference. Really, I wonder if Marina knew that. I mean, it's very like. I hope when she was told, she was like, "Oh, that's beautiful. Wow, thank you." Because that's a good episode for her. You know, did a good.
She might not have remembered though.
No, so I mean, she would have remembered if she's reminded, because it's with her mum, and it's a powerful episode. You know, and Marina's quite good at remembering her own character stuff, and your own sister that died before you. Like, that's quite a thing to remember.
Yeah. And Ozzy says Deanna told Picard he passed away when he was 15.
No.
Oh, he didn't.
She
didn't, because she said it would be his 18th birthday.
I don't remember the 15. Yeah.
I don't either, because I was listening for that and I watched it a few times.
Oh, and Vision says Riker was listening to jazz music. Great callback. Oh, I didn't catch it was jazz, but that's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm. And Ensign Ricky, $5. Built Data on his home world, and Data in turn created the girls. I think Data is alive and well, but can't return because of the ban. Ooh, that'd be awesome. I doubt it, but that'd be awesome.
Well, we've said before that Brent might be in it as human Data. That they might have imagined
synth organic, yeah.
Yeah, the equivalent, and that allows Brent to be in it as Data human, not human. Yeah. And I think Brent would take that gig. Honestly, it'd be a good gig. Yeah. It lets him do a new version of Data that's at least as I mean, come on, if you can make a Soji and Daj, you could certainly make a Data look-alike, even if it wouldn't have Data's memories. We know that Daj had a sense of knowing Picard, which is weird then that Daj thought she knew Picard, she got visions. Soji, real disconnect. No, like, I feel like I know you.
Mm. Well, it might explain too why in her flashback she doesn't remember his face. And it's not Maddox, clearly.
Yeah, he looks black in the actor.
But, yeah. Vincent Visions, though, $2. Riker was listening to jazz music. Great callback. Did I read that one already?
No, I did, because I know Vision.
Oh, fine then.
Sorry,
my job. No, it's fine. I got one job on this stupid show. It's stupid, but I'm going to do it.
And your tits look amazing in that.
I know, right?
Is it that time of the month?
They do, because look, they're Borg and Enterprise D.
Oh, you got the D. Good.
Tits and a D. Sorry, that went way off the rails.
But no, Marina's great. Love the acting. It's sad, but it's poignant. This sequence, and it is sad. It really is sad. I kind of wish this wasn't a thing, but it does give motivation for them to live here, because, and we'll say it later on. But it yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now this is the scene. Oh, he's clever. He stays just out of sensor.
Sorry, and they get Thaddeus Troy Riker. It's on the trophy. That's
yes.
how I saw it.
Yes, and you got to remember that when you get married to a Beta Z, you acquire the female's last name. So it's actually Riker Troy, Mr. Riker Troy. but then they hyphenated it by the looks of it, so it's Troy Riker. Not
Willi-
Riker Troy, but
so-
Troy Riker.
So it's William T. Troy Riker.
Yeah.
It's such a small. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Sorry. Yes. Continue.
Oh, this is he's very clever. He stays just outside of sensor range.
Being
Really?
less than 500 kilograms and meters, and you can literally throw a rock at him. I mean, you could always see the cockpit. This is a laughable sequence. Legitimately stupid. I don't know why they thought this was a smart idea.
Yeah, this is a real groaner for me, unfortunately. But
I mean, you can
this is
see he's
also
out the window. He's right, like the reverse. And why is Rizzo not a warp? He knows exactly where the planet is. He obviously knows he's being
Rio.
followed. Thank you. Sorry. No one's smart here. No one is smart. It's such a. Oh.
But the good thing is, when they power up the engine and go to speed up, you see the thing in the back of the ship glow. So it is tied to the engine. It is the warp core.
And I do like the warping in effect. It is reminiscent. Although I wish they hadn't have gone to warp and then straight out, because visually it doesn't work properly as an edit. You need to have them go into warp and then be at warp and then
Yeah.
Bad edit. Bad CG edit.
It's okay. He'll overshoot us, and it'll be forever before he realizes he's not following us anymore. I'm like, what? That's not how these things work. But okay, you go with that.
And why when you just no it's a very, there's so much good that the bad is actually pretty not good. It's just dumb because I bet you Rios originally got to the planet really quickly. Whatever planet, and they got them, they grabbed them, but now they have to not have them get there until next episode, and so they make this nonsense thing about, because the fact is, as soon as Thingy starts going to warp, he'll be at warp, say, oh, where are they? They're not there. Oh, what happened? They dropped warp? Computer, drop me out of warp. Turn. Scan. Oh, yeah, they're half a light year. Back at warp. Vroom.
Yeah.
But why isn't he cloaked, Stuart? Why didn't he pick a cloaked ship which can follow them without any problem? He's a dumbass.
Because when he follows them earlier, like I said, it's a scene from Empire Strikes Back. It's Slave One following the Falcon. And as we know, no ship that small has a cloaking device. At least in Star Wars. And yeah, Jeff Jacobs, I agree. Top Gun in space. I'll hit the brakes. He'll fly right by.
How any of that works?
Anyway, Jarzia, $2. A scene would be better if Rios launched a warp decoy.
Oh, that's genius.
Or just tossed one of his cigars out the window. It would have hit.
Hit the windshield, yeah.
Eric's window. And Michael Mooney, £2. How about Section 31 or Tal Shiar rescued Data?
No. Too much.
Yeah, it is too much.
Data's not that important. You know, if he was that important, people would have like sought after him for the 2 decades he lived and was out in the world.
Yeah, the Squadra course. They should have tried spinning. That's a good trick. Jeff Jacobs, $2. BSG Chase. Also, Top Gun movie. Move in space. Yeah. Oh my God. Eugene, 250 rubles. Different warp effects, different transporter effects, different replicator effects. Too many cooks in the kitchen. P.S. Gonna send PayPal with review. Thank you very much, Eugene.
Yeah.
And some Ricky, $2. The warp in reminded me of the Spore Drive in. Kinda. The Trembler, $2. Or thought a nebula, or though a nebula or hides in a magnetic pole.
Well, the irony is, there's a great line where Jurati's like, "What, are we gonna hide in a comet or in a Gormagander?"
Gormagander, yeah.
Which is funny. I referenced a Gormagander in Convergence because it's like such a fun, easy reference. Great, use the comet idea.
Yeah.
Use it. Don't joke about it. Use it.
Yeah, I'm the quirky crewman that doesn't know anything that says, let's hide in there, and it's a Gormagander.
Like Empire Strikes Back with the worm. That's what I thought they meant as a little reference to a reference.
Yeah.
No, it's dumb. This is clearly a reshoot padded. I mean, again, this is standing set, same actors, easy dialogue, easy to reshoot, easy to reframe. And again, I seriously think that the way that, and hopefully you'd agree, that the EXO's name is
Raffi.
Sorry, I sometimes get it. Raffi's acting here is as if she's further along in a journey of not being a drug addict or drunk. She hasn't had the turn to get out of that. She just got back into it last episode with the whole getting hungover, getting high. There hasn't been this twist, and yet in this episode she's completely functional, completely good, as if she already is at episode 10, and they said, right, we're going to refilm episode 7, and she's in the mind space of episode 10, because she doesn't feel like Raffi had been getting to know. She feels like a proper officer, and it's great.
But she's sucking on the vape pen with the Girardi scene, so
it doesn't affect her though. But you know what I mean? It feels like she's bringing in later her into this episode.
Yeah.
I like her shawl.
Anyway,
It's a good shawl.
yeah. And this is where Girardi goes off the rails. It says,
Yeah.
why can't somebody else, like, do we really want to go to this planet? Why can't we just leave them? Let somebody else find this fucking synth. Kind of losing it a little bit. And then Raffi's like, whoa. You were all like standing here with your blue coat on, all eager to get to space. So.
And Raphael says it's not a warp in effect. They are dropping out of warp, I think, so it's normal star. No, you see them jump into warp and then instantly out of warp. So we don't see them at warp is the problem. It doesn't whatever. Now I will be honest, the Android fuck line feels in context. It works fine here. And if this was the first swear word in Trek, I would be like, okay, brave. I have no issue with it at all.
Yeah. Ensign Ricky, $2. I agree with Sam. Raffi's part was rushed as fuck.
Yep.
But yeah, she's like, don't worry, kid. I'll take care of you. Well, whatever you need. She's like, will there be cake involved? Yeah, probably.
Oh, it's so cute. But it feels like out of character to what she's feeling. She should be so... If she's that angry, why is she thinking cake? It feels very strange.
It does, yeah.
But it's cute. It's cute. Raffi's good in this episode. Raffi is genuinely good. This is her best episode, I think.
Yeah.
Give or take.
I would agree.
Because she's not being any of her character traits. Sadly, it's true. Even to the point that Rios is like, look, we've got we're doing this for a fee. We're going to do it. And Raffi's like, oh, you went wrong direction there, mate. We're trying to simmer her down. He's like, sorry. It's good. It's cute. I like it. Oh, but God, yeah.
Pizza oven time.
Again, feels like a cheap, easy reshoot where the dialogue is just good. Good upon good.
Yeah, this is so great. Everything about it, like, here's what's I've been thinking in my head, and you don't have to say a thing, but your concern, all that says that, she's... or that the Tal Shiar, the problem, you're concerned for our safety, and just the way he puts it all together, it's great. And actually, that comes in a second.
Yeah.
First of all, Soji comes out, and yeah, the head tilt. Yeah, that's right. And as soon as he sees the head tilt, he's like, "Oh, I'm William Riker. Nice to meet you." Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and the head tilt works here. Not necessarily for the pizza, but I mean, whatever, it's fine. No, it's my only little gripe is that when the daughter comes out, his only thing he ever talks to, my wilderness wonder girl, which is the only, he keeps saying to her like 3 or 4 times, and it's like, we get it, we know it's her one character trait, but no, she's better than that. Stop, it felt a bit weird. That's the only thing I'm calling her. But whatever, small thing.
Torith 69, $2, 12 to go till 350. Hit that like button. That is awesome, guys. Please hit like if you haven't. Ensign Ricky, $2. Bunny corn versus unicorn dog. Who did it better? Bunny corn is more realistic, so and they ate it.
And it was so nicely subtle that I think we gave it props for after the fact. Mm-hmm. Oh, Double Guitar says, would love to have seen them light the pizza oven with a phaser. That would have been funny. But no, this scene, I think Frakes adds so much character to his working out. It's Frakes making his lines work, not the lines themselves, because they're pretty basic lines. It's Frakes and the chemistry. Very well done. And Picard's like, yeah, you got me, Will. You got me. And he's like, but I missed a line in the first half of the scene, which I love. He's like, I can't tell you what's going on because reasons. And Frakes, in a very interesting acting choice, kind of like gets a little bit choked up and is like, well, I wish ignorance helps protect you from danger.
Oh yes.
Which is him saying, yeah, I wish not knowing my son was going to die would have helped me. Like, it's really, ooh.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, exactly. You're not telling us. That makes us more in danger, because if you haven't told us cloaks were going to come in, we might all get killed for the cloaks. You owe him this. And he's like, come on, Jean-Luc. Dude, come on. Be sensible. And it's great. It's really refreshing. And again, this shows how much this character is not being Picard. But I think this journey is going to bring him into the Picard territory that we need him to be for the rest of the show, because this is a long journey to get here. But this, the turning point, we can hope. Last week had glimmers of it. This week, I think, is where this journey is really taking that hard turn.
Yeah. Sushi Juice, $20.
Oh.
Thank you very much. The evil AI killing all organic life is an overdone trope. How can the Federation lose control of technology, and will Soji be responsible for it somehow, making Data ultimately responsible for it all?
Good questions.
It is an overused trope, though.
Well, 2 seasons in a row, yeah. Yeah, 2 seasons. I don't think lose control technology is the right way of thinking about it, though. They were hacked. It was basically a terrorist attack, but with the cover of being a failure. So, I mean, Data, apart from the times he was hacked, didn't fail. We did hack, it went bad. Variable.
Jonathan Erdman, $10. Thank you very much. I'll wait till you get that back.
Sorry, hi. That was very... Sorry.
Those scenes took me right back to my childhood watching TNG. Worth it for this episode alone. Awesome show, guys. Yeah, I totally agree. I felt like seeing these guys on screen together was great. And seeing Riker back, I never realized how much I liked Riker.
But the key thing is, they were respectful. They were in character. They were non-dystopian, and they were positive to the plot. That... Oh my god, the contrast 7 and 9, the contrast... But same with Hugh. We said that last week. It felt so much more like Star Trek, because he was being positive, non-dystopian, same character, evolution of. Whereas 7 is same character, massive deterioration of the character, not respectful, not acted the same, but also that if there's a reason for it and we get there, fine. But just so refreshing. And it isn't TNG, that's the key thing. He is a different Riker, and it's great. And I will give him credit. You wouldn't think watching him cook for 45 minutes works. But he always liked food. If you give him a thing, either have him be playing music or do food. Absolutely fine with it. Absolutely.
Yeah. The Trembler, $2. Biological people can be hacked in this world too. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, this scene's great because he basically calls out exactly what's happening without Picard telling him anything, and then says, and then there's that typical Jean-Luc arrogance. You decide who's in the loop, you decide who gets told what, but this is not the bridge of your starship, And I loved how he kind of just tells it like it is.
And she's a teenager, not a crew member. You are not used to dealing with this.
Yeah.
I was. For better or for worse, I've dealt with this shit. I will again. Life lessons. It's great. It's great. It's again. This was written after the series to enhance and retcon some bonus stuff into it, and it worked a treat.
So yeah, again, great scene. Picard asks for a drink. I wonder if it's a bottle of Chateau Picard, by the way. I don't know if it is. He checks out the label, like checking the date, but...
Oh, it would have been great if it was like Chateau not Picard, and he's like, oh, my competitor. Oh.
Yeah. That's a very great point. That would have been funny. Really? You got wine from this vineyard?
Yeah.
Then we get the... tomato scene. Have you ever tried a real tomato? All the food I've ever had is replicated.
Yep.
Well, try it. Like this? No. I'm going to tell you right now, anyone that eats tomato that way should be shot. That's not how you eat a tomato. You slice a tomato either into slices or wedges, and you put salt and pepper on it, just a little bit. That's how you eat a tomato. You never eat a tomato like an apple. That's like barbaric. Justin Hampton puts in $10.
Oh,
Hello,
dude.
Captain. As promised, a super chat. Oh my God, this was my favorite episode. Loved the head tilt and how Riker figured out. Hope him and Deanna that she did good being an empath for a change.
Oh yeah.
She did really good in this episode. I thought she was fantastic, and I'm not a huge fan of her character, really.
And an interesting, Paul Johnson says, why is everyone calling out Picard as arrogant? Picard never came off as arrogant, never came off as super egotistical, arrogant person. Kirk maybe to an extent, but not Picard. See, there's a fine line here. I wouldn't say Picard's arrogant, but he is used to being in charge. He's not calling out for his arrogance as you're an arrogant dick. It's more a case of your assurance that you're right because you're default the leader. But
you're always in control of the situation.
Yes. So don't think of like this. You can't think of this situation like that, Jean-Luc. Don't be arrogant in your own control level. Not that he's actually arrogant. He's approaching it with a control that he doesn't actually, or he shouldn't be asserting. So it's a character distinction where the words mean not the literal words. That's just me. That's what I would say. What do you think?
No, I totally agree. It's just that sense of being in charge and having kind of the final say in everything because he's the captain.
An admiral.
And being able to direct who knows what when they need to know it. And that was all brought out by Riker.
And he's almost saying, you egotistical bastard, you didn't bring me in on this. What's wrong with you?
That's the other thing. If you're on the outside looking in and you're not in the command loop, you could see that coming off as arrogant.
Yep.
And I know that a lot of people would think that about Picard. A lot of YouTubers have even said that Picard's always been arrogant. He's finally getting his comeuppance. It's like, okay, well, sure.
Yeah, I would not consider that one of his character traits being arrogant. Assured of himself, yes, but I wouldn't say arrogant.
Yeah. Fleet Pot Swiftback $1.99. It's Klingon blood wine, lol. And Sci-Fi Nation $2. Cooking with the captain should totally be a thing. Hey, you never know.
So I didn't think I was going to like this tomato scene just because it seems a little bit random, but it evolves into a beautiful, like, making sense scene. It's all a plan. It's all strategic. It's Diana getting right back into the swing of things, and it evolves line by line like an onion unraveling. It's great. It's great, actually.
I love how she says real is better, and then it goes right into the whole, this is how our son died. He got a silicon-based virus. It needed I needed an active positronic matrices to culture the cure, which would have been possible, but they were outlawed by then. So he died as a result. So sometimes real isn't always better. I love how she turns it right around, just like a counselor would, and makes her feel better about herself. So
let's talk about this virus then.
It's space. It's Star Trek. Anything's possible. Stop it.
Do you also have a slight problem too, though?
Nope.
Okay.
Not at all.
My only thing is that I would have the gas doesn't have positronic brains until I guess it was suddenly flooded by them because of the Maddox with the original like F8 and such. Thing is though, these two characters wouldn't give up if their son was in danger. So they would ask Worf for diplomatic immunity, go to Kronos, find they're not under the rules of the Federation. You bloody well guarantee a scientist in Claire Empire's got a positronic brain if they're that accessible in the Federation Empire, Federation space, and they would get one of them from the Klingons. To say that you can't even build a positronic brain for medicine, I don't buy. And it's like saying it's like a drug was out and it killed 0.1% of people, and they took off the shelves and it killed your son. You're like, well, it was available for 30 years, and oh well. It doesn't quite feel genuine to me. I know she's gone through the stages of remorse and such, but it doesn't quite, you know. To be fair, maybe they'll reveal that the Synton didn't die. Positronic synths, it all connected, and they might come back. I mean, that's a bit contrived, given that these people weren't even in season 1 originally. But you could make the Sun part of the grander plot if you wanted to. Otherwise, it seems a little bit random. Don't like just make it a disease that isn't curable. Don't link it to the synths. You didn't need to. It actually, I think, diminishes it slightly. That's just me.
Yeah. They're trying to make it impactful. Like that's because of the Federation's stupid decision. That's why their son died. So,
Yeah.
with the Trembler, and I think somebody mentioned it in the chat as well. It links to the because they want to drop modern day parallels, right? So making stem cell research illegal when stem cells can save people's lives. So that's what they're trying to do.
Although, yes. Although I'm trying to think again. If she said it's an easily curable disease, does that mean that before Data's death and Maddox made androids, people were dying all the time of it because they didn't realize you could fix it with a positronic brain, since there wasn't any positronic brains available, and then it was cured for 15 years and then it's now deadly again? Because there was never positronic brains out there until Data, so it was always terminal. Like, isn't quite, you know what I mean? Doesn't really, whatever. Not a huge thing, just could have been a little bit smarter, I think.
Yeah. Let's see here. The Tremblers puts in $2. Too bad they didn't know about Mrs. Soong. $2, 350 likes, now 375. Let's get there. We can do it. And Jarzia, $2. Troy, our son came down with plot disease. Yeah. And also have a.
Oh yeah, wait. Dream Out Lessons of PayPal, and before we read that, Ed SR, as if they wouldn't build a positronic matrix illegally. Yes, I think they would.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, come on, Crusher hasn't got detailed scans of Data's neural net. I mean, they could call in like 4 favors, and then make it, So yeah. Not worry about that then. But where did Stuart go? Let me read the chat then. Corrupted Data. Pointing out silicon-based viruses are established in Enterprise. Oh, interesting. Which episode?
I'm back.
Hello.
Stream out there. $9 super or PayPal. Two things that got about this episode. How did the trajectory just happen to drop them off in Riker's backyard? Or the trajector? Good question. And story, sure, but really, then the shower, the house, aside from the shields, not one thing about Riker's house says $23.99 to me. I still love the episode. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, you want to hide the modern technology sometimes if you're living the simple life, I guess. It would have been nice to see something modern, but
the simple use of the tech implies a ton. That if he'd said computer display, it would have like turned part of a wall into a holographic display. You could see the house doing that now. Whereas Picard Chateau, you didn't. It was like, here's a few set areas, and otherwise the house is just a house. Whereas this house feels like a tech house. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Jacobs, $2. Tree Fitty. Let's get to 400. Hashtag make Jeff pay. If you haven't hit like yet, please hit like, guys. Let's get to the 400 likes. That would be awesome. But anyway, yeah. A good heart-to-heart, and I think Troy was fantastic here.
And I love the fact that Soji pushes back, saying, look, the more nice you're being, the less I'm going to trust you, because that's what everyone else is being. But she takes that as okay, I get that, let's continue.
Yeah. Well, she also tells her about Narek here, how this guy got close to her and then used her.
It's sad. It's a good
And Picard overhears and I wouldn't trust anything that's going on here. It's all a sham. It's like that's kind of not the best approach right now, dickhead.
And then Riker's like, dude, you better just say dinner's ready. Don't improv.
Well, what I don't get here is she gets up to leave and the music ramps up and gets all like imposing, and he steps in front of her, and then she shoves him out of the way. And I love how Riker's like, hey, all you had to say was dinner's ready. But no, the music and that scene was a little bit weird. Like
Well,
he's confronting her like an officer. This I kind of
yes.
like actually because he's confronting her like an
Yes.
officer. Like Ensign, you
Yes.
listen to me.
Yes.
Get in your face.
Exactly.
But you don't do that to your kids when they're mad necessarily because
But that's
you're gonna get.
but that's the whole point. That's why Troy says, "You dick. You're not an officer. Child. Learn. Be better." She calls him out. No, I agree.
You had it coming. You had it coming.
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't always say this
Now-
professionally, but yeah.
Now, the number one sci-fi puts in $2 and says any significance to Troy's necklace.
No.
Let's see.
Isn't her earlier non-pink costume? I mean, she has two actually. She has a purple one in this one. Honestly, Marina just might have just brought them from the UK. Honestly, I wouldn't put any stock in them. Honestly,
Yeah.
nothing against them for that. But I do like that Picard notes that she must at least trust me a little bit because she could have broken me in half.
She can, yeah.
So small touch.
And then baby steps. That's the thing. Baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hugo Drax says his Trekyards in denial about what?
No, just being fair. Calling out the good and the bad.
What we're in denial about, but okay.
Oh, and I love the fact that Troy says she calls him out, and Riker's like, "Mzadi,
Yeah.
calm down." It's lovely. It's lovely. It's perfect. It's right on the money.
But then there's a red alert. Then Riker gets called away, and they have this conversation. Well, you need to be Jean-Luc Picard. You need to be, yeah. And I forget what she says. There's two things, and then he says and needed or yeah, and needed. So beautiful scene.
And this is what we've said for a few of these. Patrick has not been playing Jean-Luc Picard particularly well. Been bits of it, but for the most part, it's Patrick Stewart playing Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah.
And the fact that Marina in a reshoot calls him out for not being Captain Picard, hopefully that's the push, or that's the symbolism that the writers are telling us, because that's a hell of a call out. Like, she didn't say, be the Captain Picard we remember. It was just, be Captain Picard.
Yeah.
Be a diplomat that you used to be. Be a cooperative officer. Be a smart guy. You're being none of these things, you old idiot. Please, Patrick, act better in the script. Please, scriptwriter. Please, scriptwriter. He's Captain Picard, goddammit. So it's a good call out, and hopefully that's a sign, because sometimes they can write stuff in the dialogue which is like a nod to the audience. Hopefully that's one of those like, okay, we got it. We didn't quite get the balance right. Cross my fingers.
And Hugo Drax says, I guess we're in denial about Trek not being Trek.
Well, these last two have been. The rest haven't been, really. So, got there in the end, sort of. And then is it dinner time?
Yeah, well, I love how he's
Alright.
Cancel red alert. And it's just the tomato burn.
Yeah, it's cute. Oh, and also says picture that when we have dinner, picture that we're in the briefing room of the Enterprise, the conference room.
Oh yes, yeah. Pretend we're in the ready room of the Enterprise.
Which is cute. Although that would go against the "don't pretend they're an officer" line a little bit. Like pretend they're
they had civilians in the ready room.
Well, you mean like the diplomatic stuff? Yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah. Back on the Borg cube. I almost forgot there's Borg cube stuff at this point because this stuff was so good.
Oh yeah. Well, this is where Q's all like, "That's it. I'm taking a stand. I forgot how much power was in. I've always known how much power was in the Queen's chamber. I just chose to forget because I didn't want to use it. But goddamn,
Revolution!
Protect the XBs, and we're gonna take this cube away from them." And I'm like, yes. I want to see this cube fire up. I want to see it start moving out of Romulan space.
Pew pew
Nope.
pew 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 pew.
Did you really? I hate this bitch. I really do. Did you really think that we weren't going to be watching and listening to you?
But you know what? I said this in our review. I don't like subversion of expectations for no reason. This was good. You think it's going to go one way, it goes the exact opposite, and it works. It works just fine. And because I love the fact that she's waiting for him. Like, she's waiting for the single excuse to be able to kill him. And so she lets him walk away from her aggression so that Elnor comes back, so that he has a plan to do one thing so he can kill him. Great, smart villain move. Simple as all hell, but smart. I appreciate the writing once again.
Mm-hmm. And her acting's great here. I do like her character in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't liked her character in the other ones where she talks to Narek. This one, she's good.
Well, she's an independent character for the first time, pretty much.
Ed Sr. says that he really wishes he could meet Samuel, just so you know.
Oh, cool. Well, hi, thanks.
Justin Hampton, Trekyards, I was hoping she would get her head cut off by Elnor. I think she's going to get annihilated by Seven once Seven realizes that she killed Hugh. But anyway. Fleetpath Swiftback, $2. Kuat Malat versus Zat Vash. Want to know the story?
No. Not really.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about 3 nuns fighting 60,000 Tal Shiaran ships. Flying sugar tail. But yes, what happens when you bring a sword to a firefight, Stuart?
You have to run and you have to have terrain to do so.
Yep. It's hilarious. It's really funny. It's just, yeah, they obviously built this set specifically to allow him to be useful. And I love it. I love it in concept. It's just stupid and funny.
At least he wasn't deflecting disruptor bolts with his sword. Yes. That would have been really stupid.
But he was dodging disruptor bolts with moving. But that does happen.
Well, he takes out the other guards anyway as a result. And she eventually just turned him and she's like, well, let's do this the proper way. How did the Zat... I forget this.
How is...
Zat Vash.
This is not how the Zat Vash fight the Kuat Malat. Milat.
Yeah. So I love the way she clicks her disruptor on. That's so cool. But yeah.
So my issue here is why the hell... I guess her guards are dead. Fine, sure. But I don't sense the Zat Vash are like millions. I would sense thousands max, if not hundreds. She's outwardly just saying this ultra mega deep dark secret, everyone thinks it's a rumor organization, casually, to what amounts to a small freedom cult of a few nuns that barely leave the planet. And it's as if it's this epic rivalry between pro-honesty ninjas versus anti-android ancient spacefaring assassins. Why is there a direct thing?
There isn't.
There isn't.
There shouldn't be.
There shouldn't
because
be.
Earlier it was mentioned that the Kuat Malat were hated by the Tal Shiar. And I can see that going back thousands of years maybe, but no reference to the Zat Vash.
Like if she just said Tal Shiar, fine.
Yeah,
but
that would have been better.
It makes it... It's like... Honestly, it feels like when Georgia walks on the Discovery and just shows Byrne the badge. It's like, look, my secret badge. Can you see it? Secret badge. Section 31. Yes, the secret Section 31. I'm here from those. Is that sort of stupidity that's just like, where's
look,
it?
It's a secret though. Shh.
Yeah, it doesn't... It's a very small thing, but it's like, there's so many good bits. This is a distinct, like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Monty Matthew Daniels puts in $5. Commander, gotta ask, what's with you in reshoots? According to you, 90% of the series has been reshoots, i.e. bad. Reshoots sometimes fix things too.
I assume you mean 90% of this episode. I haven't mentioned reshoots in any of the other episodes, because... No, it's just this episode in particular, because we know that there was no Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis in this season until after Frakes had finished directing his episodes, which was episodes 4 and 5. So between episode 5 being finished and filming episode 7, they must have obviously completely rewrote episode 7 because they didn't exist. So that's it's the entire episode, which means the entire episode was reshot or reconstructed. I guess not necessarily reshot, but reconstructed. But I mean reshoot compared to the script, I guess, in that context. Although you would assume they'd film other bits and bobs. But yeah, fix it. Yeah, obviously, yeah, someone's fixing. They always. That's the point of reshoots, is to always fix things. What do you mean? They always fix things, and only reshoot things because they're done badly or to fix things. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And Area 51 says Trekyards. Been away for a while, low on cash, but wanted to say hi. Hello, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while, so appreciate it.
Hiya.
All right, so this is interesting fight, and then she throws the little throwing knife, and it hits Hugh,
Yeah.
and then she gets it thrown back at her, and she beams out.
Wait.
I'm like, okay.
I did appreciate that it wasn't actually a fight. It was a strategic tet for tet to kill Hugh. Like it was like she was only committed as much until she got the last laugh. But boy, she's slow at the disruptor. She's like, "Ooh, stay there! Oh no!" Whereas in reality, even I can pull a pistol from a holster quicker. You know. But again, small thing. But yes, Stuart.
Yeah.
Hugh, man, what? Aw,
Hold on, Taurus 69, $2. Commander Frakes did 3 and 4. He says.
No, he did 4 and 5 because they moved 3. 3 was in different routes, so it was 4 and 5. He was gonna do those, but he moved. Yes. He did Capsule Candor and the other one,
Cloud.
Free Cloud. So no, they moved.
Yeah, it's whatever. It was something rag. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, Hugh.
Hugh's dead.
Wow.
And Hugh's like, you'll need an XP to access the Queen's chamber, and yeah, okay. And then I think he would have lived maybe if he kept that in there. Almar pulled it out and killed him. You don't pull out something like that. You keep it in, keeps pressure on the wound. Anyway.
And Trek Cockings has a gun in the UK. No, I'm a Stargate costumer, so I have metal BB guns as replicas as part of my costume. So, no. Just part of my costume. It's like I have like 3 P90s and a G3 and MP5. Yeah, they're props. Small thing. Now, what did you think about him actually dying then? Because that really was a thing.
Pissed me off a little bit.
It
was sad to see. Sylvie even went...
Oh, wow. Really?
When he got hit with the throwing... Yeah, she's like...
Nice.
But
that's a good sign then. That's a good sign.
Yeah, I was annoyed because I think it was unnecessary. I wanted to see more of Hugh. I liked Hugh. I liked that he finally had this purpose, gotta help these XBs more so than he has been doing, and it just went nowhere. It pissed me off a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was a waste and unnecessary. It's motivation for 7. That's it. You know?
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary. It's kind of like Ejeb, basically. Similar vein of well, you didn't have to do that, did you? And in fact, yeah. God, every time you have to have 7 to do something, you have to kill one of our favourite people.
Yeah.
In the season, so when Picard eventually dies, that'll create her another motivation to kill people.
Cal Clay, $2.
Thank you.
Heard 7 is new queen. Hope Janeway and Torres join.
I doubt it, but something similar.
Not going to be the new queen. She's going to be the leader of the XBs and this cube.
I think she'll just control the cube like a queen would, and that's a whole another video we're going to do. Yeah.
So replicated cake. There you go.
Yeah.
With real replicators. You want milk? Chocolate milk? That's too much. Not on planet Raffi. I really like Raffi's character here. I really do.
And and you called her out before, the line where... Well, no, you say about how she can put her pieces back together.
Oh, yeah, because Girardi says you're a good person. And she's like, well, I'm kind of the remnants of a good person. Yep. In an emergency, you can hobble together a good person for a little while.
Yep.
I love that. That's a perfect description of somebody like her character. So, perfectly done.
But yeah, I do think she's so genuinely nice in these scenes that it's hard to see the damage. I guess maybe the Raffi character just needed a purpose. Starfleet tends to be someone who wants to help, and second in command of an important ship, that's big. Someone who wants to help this Romulan movement, that's big. So when she loses everything, she feels useless, and therefore just pass the time by hurting herself. So maybe all she needed was a job, in essence, because she's not the same bloody. Like I said, if I read the series, I'm going to take out her drug addiction, because you remove that, and she feels like a balanced character. You add that, and it tips the scales, but you never properly addressed it. And one small thing that I didn't realise, this isn't her first piece of cake, and there is actually multiple plates.
Yeah.
They say it later on.
Later, she has three the size of board cubes.
Yeah, it's great. It's so cute. And
somebody pointed out in the chat that there's more icing than cake, and yeah, that's how you do it.
Oh Jesus, that's a lot of icing.
I prefer icing to cake most times. So.
I also love the replica. Like this replica design is simple, efficient, good. Although still 3D printy style, but that's okay.
Cal Clay, $2 Canadian. If Queen, then no longer XB, but Unimatrix 0 Borg. And I love how she's talking here, and then all of a sudden Girardi just goes off and just starts breaking down. She's like, "Oh my God, is it Chris? Is it something with Rios? Oh no, wait, how can it be so stupid? It's Maddox."
Yeah.
Acting here from both of them is great.
Yep.
The Girardi actress is really fantastic.
She's great at being dead inside.
Yes. Yes.
And one ridiculous call out, but I want to give it. And I'll wait for the stream to catch up.
This is Chris. Who says who is Chris? His name is Chris Rios.
Yeah, they never say Chris, but he isn't. I love this cup. These sci-fi cups. They're just cups with a metal rig on the top. That's all you need for a future cup. That's it. I like the look of them so much. I don't know why. I just do. It was simple and effective. Sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh, and I appreciate this shot as well. Seeing the set for the first time. We're seeing. It's like this is why you build a 2-level set to do this.
Ship. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. This is and very very Firefly as well. Very that sort of vibe.
I love how he shows up and she's like, "What? He's back. Our shadow is back. Same warp signature.
Yeah.
How is that possible? I don't know." And then I almost wanted to throw up. I thought it was blood, and of course Rios is like, "Is that blood?" "Oh, it's red velvet." And he's like, "Ah." And then Raffi's response to this is spot on for me because I can't stand puke. I can't. Whenever anybody else pukes with the dog or whatever, I can't. I'm like, and she's doing that. And she's like a little bit of a, what does she say?
EMH. Can you help? No, hospitality.
Not the hospitality. Yeah, hospitality emergency here.
This whole scene's great. I called this out. This episode has a genuine crew feel. Positive crew. Yeah. Dynamic. It's not the same vibe as last episodes. And they haven't built this yet. But we're at a point where it now feels rewarding, if not fully earned. And I also thought when she throws up, I thought it was a side effect of the tracker now.
Yeah.
That was a small thing I thought. Like she's now feeling the effects. It wasn't.
I think it's just too much cake and feeling like crap. So.
And also one more small thing I noticed. When they look back at Rios, there's a skylight.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Because that's like right next to the bridge.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Gotta add that if you make a 3D model, because that's quite a distinct thing to do. But yeah, good scenes, good character, well acted, and then dinner, family dinner.
Before that, there was PayPal. There was some super chats though.
Brilliant.
Cal Clay, $2.
Thank you.
Wouldn't Riker find Lore to save his son? Screw the ban. You would think so.
Yeah.
And Jarzia, $2 Canadian. Should be cellular peptide cake with mint frosting.
You said that. You said.
I did. So yes.
Yeah.
But yes, it is a small pizza. Everybody's complaining about the size of the pizza. That's all I've heard all fucking day. It's too small a pizza for that amount of people. It's like just everybody wanted one piece except for the guest who gets 2 pieces. So it's fine.
I think the daughter had two. Doesn't matter. No, I mean it's just fancy, nice pizza. I mean they're all gonna have dinner after this. This is the family dinner, the experience of real food, and then they're gonna have like a replicated, chicken nugget after. It's fine. Yeah. Although, do you think could you be a vegan and still eat replicated meat because it's not real meat?
I would think so. Yeah, a vegan could eat anything synthetically produced.
But if it's synthetically created to be real meat. Because it's not an animal is not harmed, but it is
let's start that discussion.
Fake meat.
No, it's not. Oh my god!
It never occurred to me. Now what happens in this scene, Stuart? Because for some reason this scene is not as memorable to me.
I don't know
why.
This is where they're talking about if I don't get my crew back, I'll need a ship, or you can go to whatever port.
Yeah.
and the kid mentions a ship and the straight flush, I think it's called, and the captain Riker's like, oh, he's broken too. It's just like the ship. But seriously, yeah, we need to. What is going on in this scene? Oh yeah, Picard asks Riker about thoughts. And he's like, Maddox. Yeah, and they talk about Maddox. She talks about her home, how Narek tricked her to show the two red moons, and the kids fiddling around with something under the table.
Yeah.
And then immediately has an answer. The planet doesn't have a name; it's got a number, and it's in this sector. And it's found out from that old trusty captain.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit convenient, but
I mean, I'm fine with it.
Oh. And Picard is trying to earn Soji's trust as well.
Yes.
So listen to the timbre of my voice. Listen to my heartbeat, even though I said earlier that my heart was fake, and watch my pupils as they dilate. And she's like, okay, yeah, he's convinced he's telling me the truth, but I don't know if I believe him. So there you go. That's that scene.
Thank you. And again, smartly written dialogue. It understands what it's trying to be, why it's trying to be it, and its clarity of purpose, which the other ones, and also does the way that Troy and Riker act. There is a slight tinge of Ready Room scene. Weirdly, there is actually. There's a certain more formality, and they're not as open, but they're waiting to give comments. I guess the actors, brought back the 10 years of Ready Room scenes, as they also did. Well, I guess 13 if you count them as in all movies. I do like Soji in the scene. She's sort of been... She's had a hard reset, I think, it's fair to say. Both, thematically and literally. She's now someone else, basically. And she's good in this one. I like it. The fact she doesn't trust Picard. And I think at one point, Picard's talking, Troy tries to interject and do her own counselling, but Picard's like, no, hold on, let me continue trying, because I want to get through to myself. I think that's the whole thing of see if I'm lying. And it's good. Yeah, it's good.
And Hugo Drax says, okay, let them destroy Trek. I will enjoy pre-2000 Trek. They will dump Trek once the viewers are gone. Well, we love talking about Trek, so, I mean, whatever.
Although pre-2000 Trek is also not Enterprise, so that's a lot of Trek he hasn't enjoyed. Or several of the movies. He hasn't enjoyed any Trek since First Contact, basically. Literally.
Well, he probably didn't enjoy Enterprise. He's probably... he's one of those real Star Trek fans, unlike us, I guess.
Yeah.
Cal Clay, $2. What's with Sinister Soji and daughter dialogue? Weird.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Anyway.
But yeah, it was okay. Like I said, less memorable, but it makes sense.
It was a great scene, though. I mean, you say it's less memorable, and it was, because I'm trying to remember exactly what was said, but it was
good.
Well shot. It was well acted. Again, you said the writing was on point, and it was. It just felt like very natural kind of conversation.
And just to show these team members work together, get genuine work together as a full team. And weirdly, this 5 has chemistry. Weirdly.
Yeah, this should be the new crew.
No, seriously, they could have... I think we said, and Reddit Media also called out, they should have had like Geordie on the crew and some legacies to kind of give the extra oomph of characterization. Because, these people know what they're doing together. And boy, Riker's proud at the end there. Look at his face, still like, daughter.
Yeah. Well, I'm calling it now because remember, Thad created a name for home. I can't remember what it is. Unfortunately, I didn't write it down. But he made a name for home that Soji knew at the table, and Deanna kind of looked at Riker like she knows about it. I think because Soji's planet doesn't have a name, just a number.
Oh, she's gonna.
It's eventually going to be named that, and it's his made-up language for home. Which will be
again makes you think.
Ardani, that's it.
Which makes you think, how could this season have played out if this wasn't the point? If they weren't building to this, how much did they change by episode 5, the rest of the season? If that was all going to be in it, that's why it's really intriguing to me. The radical change must have happened. Yeah. All right, next scene.
Oh, it's the sick bay scene. I'm fine. I just ate three big pieces of cake. And she's like, no, actually, I wanted to talk to you about. It's weird that we keep getting tracked by this guy. I think somebody put a tracker on Raffi. She might not even know it, but she went to Free Cloud with that whole "see you later" routine, and then
I never told him.
What is with that?
Yeah,
weird.
Never told him what it was. Yeah.
And then I love how she just comes clean and says it's not her, and he's like, "What? It's you? You've been on the ship the whole time." So I don't know if he generally didn't suspect her. Plus, he slept with her, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's a predisposition to not think the cute science nerd that he's had a nice night with, who's feeling that sad.
The whole time.
Yeah, but it's very it's the it's the two lines of thought. He won't jump to that, even though she basically she doesn't say it, but I wish she said I did it. She doesn't go that's a one line. Not far enough. It wasn't her.
She was about to say it.
Yes.
She was about to say it when Raffi turns around and says, he found us again. He's like, and he takes off to take care of that. She was right there.
Yep. Yeah, and boy, she plays dead so well. I mean, you can see why she was hired. Like, she is just hurt. This is a broken actress who can play
as pathetic as you can.
God.
You're hired, absolutely.
Show me your cat mum, best friend, and pet turtle all died in the same afternoon, all from suicide somehow. Go.
No, you backed over each of them with the car by accident.
What?
Anyway.
So then, speaking of suicide. Literally, she goes to a 3D printer, which they put an LCARS panel. They plugged a USB into, and download LCARS into the thing. I mean, I would. You got the issue here. Tell me, Stuart, because it's the long shot is kind of funny.
It is just a standard, everyday, off the shelf, modern day 3D printer, and I'm sure the producers were like, well, we need something that does that replicating thing. What are we going to use? Well, there's actually these things called 3D printers. They make something from nothing. They can make lots of cool things. Well, let's get one of those. Sure, why not? I mean, they probably had it on the other show, right? Yeah, I think they did. I don't know. I've never watched the other show. Maybe they had it. Anyway, if they're available in real life, let's use those. Anyway,
they already have actual replicators on this same deck. It's weird to have these 3D printer replicators. Now, I said to you that possibly it could be that they do the more technical, like it's a different sort of replicator. It could do
more mechanical stuff.
Yeah. But that sort of is pointless because now you got two times the space for the same ability, even though it looks more mechanical. Is a shame because it would have been almost more almost more impactful if she just walked to where she just made the cake. Beep beep bzzz, sat down where she just sat down to eat the cake and then does it. Can you imagine that? Like she just felt better and then symbolically went back to that place to end it. Like,
well, she's not ending it because, as people said, I know. Yeah. As people said last night, why was she just trying to kill herself? I'm like, no. If she wanted to kill herself, there's other substances she could have created that would have been way more instant. The little warning there on some life forms, this could cause neurological whatever.
It's a vague warning.
She made this specific thing to neutralize the isotope or whatever that's in her blood to track. So she doesn't want to die necessarily, because she could have just killed herself much easier. So.
Yeah, see, it's tricky because that makes sense in post, but in the moment, without, having watched it again in a sense, I think first time round I was absolutely thinking, wow. I mean, she's not the most important character, but they're actually gonna kill the character. She's gonna commit suicide for several reasons. And I could say this in our other review, but because she feels the guilt of Maddox, she feels the guilt of possibly killing her friends. And she feels that she doesn't want to be in a world where this future exists. And so it's many levels where it is just easy to end it all. And she's done her bit for the cause. And there's, there is logic there. Now, yes, she could replicate something else, but it'd be weird to think that like a specialist in positronic stuff would know what chemical poison would coma you but not kill.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bit weird.
It was weird.
And I
but
guess you could argue she might
Yeah.
scan herself and learn what the isotope was, because I don't think she would know what it was unless she
And-
researched it, which would make some sense. But I don't know. Always a bit.
if she just killed herself, if she just killed herself, it was possible that the isotope would still be in her body anyway, and they'd still be able to be tracked even though she's dead. So she wants to make sure she nullifies it first.
My assumption is that she thinks, she has a hunch that this chemical will put her in a coma enough so that her life signs go away, and that the isotope, whatever it is, relies on the life signs. Like, if her heart stops, whatever, like, if she gets that weak, it stops working. But I genuinely think she's risking it like that. She thinks she might die. She's hoping that if the EMH can save her, the crew can save her, that's fine. But I think the look in her face is like, this might be it. Because her hesitation like I say, I buy it as this
Absolutely.
very much may kill me.
Might, yeah.
I just, it's, God, how do you play that? You know, it's good. It's powerful. And like I say, first time around, I thought she was going to die, so I was all in. I was all my cards on the table, and I was enjoying the scene for how dark it was.
Eugene, 250 rubles.
Thank you.
It's way more simple. Production crews use 3D printers in real life, so they probably use theirs as the prop as well. Well, that's remarkably stupid.
And SC Scout guy says they didn't even remove the motors and articulators from inside the that part 3D printer.
This is the first time we've seen them either. We saw them on Mars as well for the food replicators.
Pissed me off more than you.
Yeah.
That time.
This one pissed me off.
Yeah.
Ensign Ricky, $2. Maybe it's just for medical purposes only. Yeah, would make sense.
But why would it look
still.
different? You just
Yeah,
build,
exactly.
because that would simply be software based. You just build it the same chassis. You wouldn't need to build a very unique looking chassis that looks less advanced.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Eugene, 250 rubles. I think the tracker is a weird chemical compound, or even nanites. She kills it. Well, yeah, that's exactly what she does. And Trace puts in $2.
Thank you.
Why not take their son to Baku to regenerate?
Yes, I said that. What do you think?
Because then everybody would have to look young. And we can't do that.
It's true.
I don't know.
No,
Maybe
I
there's
thought.
some kind of embargo on the planet, and because they won't sacrifice everything to save their kid by getting another positronic brain. They're not going to cross a border that might be bad.
And yet they all risk their career in insurrection for less.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, more people, less personal. Although you could probably argue that maybe the Baku planet couldn't cure, but could like stave off. This other planet they thought could cure, and they didn't want time; they wanted to cure.
Yeah.
Because if you know you can't get positronic brain, then you got to go all. You could delay it for 30 years and then die, be stuck on a planet, or maybe be cured of the planet. I don't know. Right, what happens next? Oh yeah, she
goes into a coma.
yeah.
And
Oh, hologram.
Please state the nature of the medical. Oh my lord.
Perfect. Love it. But he doesn't say, oh, bloody hell, you killed Maddox. No. There's still they've forgotten the plot hole. Now, I had considered, though, that she might have deleted the EMH, because if Raffi was calling the EMH earlier, not rather than the other hologram, the EMH, I could have bought it that, they deleted the EMH, and then that's why he didn't report. But he's fine. Doesn't care that she killed Maddox. But it's fun. I like the effect of the eyes, like, whoop, into blurry. That was cool.
Yeah. Taurus 69, $2, 375 likes. Thank you guys.
Brilliant.
Yes, let's get to 400 if we can, but
And we still have 370 people watching, which is phenomenal.
thank you guys. But Narek loses the tracker.
Yep.
And starts freaking out. I do love his little 3D hologram thing. That's very cool.
Yeah, spins it and such. But I mean, he got
That's
the
right.
worst, shortest stick in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. But anyway, it's still some cool aspects of that ship. We do have a video coming out about the ship, so guys,
Tune in.
watch that when it comes out.
Yeah.
But here's the weird scene where Rio still thinks that Raffi might be responsible. I got an idea that might get rid of this guy, but you're not going to like it. Why? Does it involve you shutting me out of an airlock? I sure hope not. And I love the way it's played so quickly, though, that the EMH is like, yo, I got a problem down here. Oh, is she still sick to her stomach? No, I'm more concerned about the fact she's in a coma. Like, it's a quick wrap up. It's not like messing with Raffi for like 5 minutes.
Nope, it's appropriate.
Which they probably had in the original draft if this was supposed to be a longer episode.
Or this half, yeah. Or this
without the Riker stuff. So
yep, no, I could see it.
Perfect.
And you didn't need that because you could justify it as a Rios having a bit of fun, like lay off tension. Yeah, no, it's good. Although, why would she instantly go to kill me? Is her what's your solution to kill me? Weird that she would go straight to that. Of all the things she could say, murdering me is not the. But whatever. Okay.
I don't think she meant murder specifically. She was just joking around, saying what? Shoot me on an airlock.
Yeah, but why would you jump to that? You wouldn't jump to that.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But anyway, you run down, back on the cube, and Elnor is walking around the redress corridors until he finds a room which he hides in a corner, and you can see the long shot of the cube, and it's really weird and random, and it's, I mean, if that's bloody Hugh's desk, and if you look, there's a guard like 25 feet to his right on 2 different levels.
When you see him going to the desk, you can see the little hanging thing.
Yep.
Just so you know, and then he finds it and activates it. And now I think it is Hughes. I think that is answered in the next episode because the preview from the Ready Room. When spoilers, when Seven shows up, she says, "Where's Hugh?"
Yeah.
So I think it was a personal one for Hugh, but it's just so convenient that he hides under this desk, or maybe Hugh told him to go here. I don't know, but he hits it. And
I doubt Hugh said, in case I die as I'm about to go on this massive tirade, go to my desk at these coordinates. And like, he doesn't even look for the thing. If he went there, opened a drawer, opened a secret compartment, found it, fine. He's a hiding little bitch here. Like, seriously, the way he acts this is he is cornered, know nothing. Wait, what's that? An emergency thing? And he sees it, and
it looks like the one Picard got from 7.
It's really stupid. I don't think we should dwell on it because it's just dumb. It's the worst nonsensical thing in the episode. Which, considering how good the episode is, that's a very good thing. This is it. But this is clearly like they ran out of time. They didn't care. Yeah. Move on. Next story plot. We just have to get from A to B. There's no good reason here that really works. Sorry.
But it does say Fenris SOS initiated. Just so you guys know.
Although, boy, for that to get a subspace signal through Borg shields, or Romulan Borg shields, to where is 7? I mean, that's a very small device. I don't really buy it could do that, but whatever.
Quantum entanglement.
There we go. Beautiful. And then we get our 2 heroes drinking coffee and a walk.
Morning coffee walk, yes.
And it's great.
It is great. He found his crew. He says, Riker's asking about the crew. He's like, well, it's kind of a motley bunch. They have more baggage than you guys ever had.
That's so meta. And that's such a reshoot. We're going to write this later on. We're going to make a hang a lantern, what Dad would say.
Yeah. And there's so much drama. Apparently there's been more since we left. So apparently he got filled in on the whole Agnes in a coma thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's not really cleared up. But anyway. And Riker's like, you were really worried about them. I was. So he messages Rios, how long are you going to be? What's your ETA? Same as the last 2 times you asked me. Oh, he can be pretty gruff. He can be pretty miserable.
I mean, to be fair, if you just did call him 5 minutes ago for the same question, you'd be like, oh, come on. I'm still at warp. What do you want from me? I'm at warp. Go away.
This isn't the JJ verse. I can't get there any quicker.
Look, you had an alien artifact from the Delta Quadrant. I have warp. Shut the hell up. No, it's good. It's good.
Eugene, 1,000 rubles.
Oh my god! Thank you.
It's a leftover of the original plot, the one without Nepenthe.
Yep. Nope. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
The Trembler, $10.
Oh,
Whether we get the Titan in Picard, I do predict Riker replaces Admiral Swearjar by the end of this storyline. I'm hoping for a Riker, Troy, and Titan
Ooh.
crossover in Lower Decks.
Oh God, yes.
Cool. I want everything to be laid bare to the Federation, and I want Admiral Clancy to come in and save the day and apologize to Picard.
Yep. Nope. Yep.
Even though I still don't agree with you or like you, I do apologize.
You
for
were
the way I
right.
treated you. Yeah.
Yep. Nope. That's the payoff to that harsh lady. Especially when Commodore O will be revealed. Yeah. No. Absolutely. 100%. And I do appreciate this scene as calling out the new crew as being, again, this scene is written way after, and you can tell they know what they've done. They know what they want to do. They're appreciating their own show, but also appreciating the old show. It's the right level of respect. And they go with a nice, gentle sit. And I don't like the fact that Riker's got his arm out because it makes Picard look really small. And we said that in the trailers as well. That was one wrong directorial choice because one looks like a big, strong guy. It's like a thin, weedy. But that's okay, whatever.
Yeah. Ensign Ricky, $2. This episode was just a very long short trek, in my opinion.
Or just a normal Star Trek episode.
Yeah, I'd say normal Star Trek episodes as well.
Because Star Trek thinks some of the best Trek is people chatting in rooms with tremendous dialogue. This is people chatting in a house. And I'll say it, Stuart, better house art design than a chateau. It was more interesting.
Well, it's the Avengers Endgame house.
It's just nicer. Yeah.
And another movie that was released the same time as Endgame, which was really stupid because I recognized it in two of those movies.
Oh, what was the other movie?
In this. I can't remember.
I know. Yeah.
But it was a big one. So, anyway.
Ooh.
Yes, this is
to Star Trek, the captain of the Serena should have been Tom Riker. Compared to good rogue.
that would have been awesome.
That'd have been funny. So what did they talk about in this scene? Oh, it was didn't try and stop me, but what was the rest of it?
Well, they talk. He talks about why they came to this planet because it has rejuvenative powers or whatever, and also he asks about his status. He's on active reserve, so he could be called back if it was an emergency. If it was
hint,
worth it.
hint.
Exactly.
Season 2.
So yeah, that's about it. And
it's nice. It's good.
Yeah. Good scene.
It's an effortless
nice.
scene.
Yeah.
And then we have a creepy moment that took me out of it a little bit. She's drawing Soji while she sleeps.
That's what Sylvia said. She goes, "That's creepy."
It is a little bit. And why is she wearing the Daj green jacket from the first episode? Why does she draw with the green? She hasn't worn green yet.
Oh, I have no
Just
idea. That's a
saying.
good question.
It's subtle, but now this is a moment I was really disappointed in, and I think you said this in a previous thing as well. But this moment, because I accidentally saw a still from the Ready Room, which had Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner, and the show's consistently brought actors from that episode in. So I assumed, damn it, I spoiled myself. Brent will be in it. Brilliant. It's 7 in. That makes sense. Brent back. So this moment, when she's sleeping, she's been drawn by the girl, Kestra Fine. I assumed that it cuts to Soji's face, and it cuts into a set, and she's like, where am I? And you hear Brent say, hello, my child. Hello, my daughter. She turns, and it's Brent in however they want him to look. And they have this conversation. That I assumed was going to happen. You are my daughter. You come from me. La la la. So I was when the scene just played out, I was like, oh, that was a big missed opportunity. Don't know about you, but I thought that was going to happen.
I didn't, but it would have been awesome there.
Yeah.
So there's the goodbye. She gives her the broken compass.
Yeah.
And said you'll have to pretend that it works.
I gotta say, I really like both Soji's outfit and Kestra's outfit.
Yeah.
They're both the right level of sci-fi future, yet quite cool. Both great art design.
Soji's feels kind of like a Rey outfit, though.
Yes. She looks good, though. She looks good.
And they beam up. And dun, 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 dun. There's a lot of musical cues in this episode, too, by the way, that give you the feels. And this was one of them, so... Pan up on the 3 moons.
And pan up on the same spinning prop, which was on the Romulan city planet, and the Earth. Every single place has this spinning circle prop, which Mojo found. It's like you can buy it. It's
It's at Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's 9. This one's a little different than the one in Romulus, but yeah, it is.
And we won't go into next time on because the visuals are cool there. But yeah, beautiful ending, ends just the right moment. And like I said, it doesn't feel to me like goodbye. It feels like until next time.
Oh, absolutely.
And boy, in terms of bringing actors back, Hugh was good. 7 was good. I mean, these guys just blew the water out of quality when it comes to bringing people back. So if they don't come back, they're on fire in the show, and they need more. And it almost makes you wish that when they pitched jokingly to CBS the Riker and Troy spin-off show, that could have worked.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So there you go, guys. We're still at 380 people, 391 likes, which is amazing.
Come on, we can get up to 400 likes. With that many likes, if you haven't hit like yet, please hit like. Let's get us to that goal. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, that was a hell of a scene by scene, Stuart. Do you feel any different now about anything?
No,
What? Do you feel any different, Stuart, about this now?
I said I love it just as much.
Any more? Now I've broken it down?
Yeah, I'd say a little bit more. Especially the Agnes scenes and stuff I think are a little bit better. So
I think we've
I gotta admit, they're quite visceral with the way she acts, the way she cries, the way she foams at the mouth. It's very
hard hitting.
Well done. So,
but I think we've also deconstructed the bad bits are stupid, but the good bits are great.
Yeah, but the bad bits are small.
Very, very small.
There's not a lot of them in here, so it's fine.
And they ring of just stupid writing rather than like bad. If that makes sense.
I wouldn't say stupid writing, just people that aren't aware of what the hell's going on.
I would consider Elnor finding a thing with no explanation as stupid as turning to space future eel people.
Yeah.
Honestly, just as stupid. But yeah, okay then. Stuart, your final review and final score. And we haven't done scores yet. And this is you guys' chance now to put your Super Chat scores in. I would like to know. And if you guys would like to give, I think this is a fair one, your out of 10 for this season of Picard and for TNG. However, at least enjoyment factor. Let's see if we can whatever, because we're now getting closer to the Trek feel. And guys, we'd love to get another maybe $30 in Super Chats. We've already got 10, but 20 more. Put your scores in. And Stuart, talk me through your last thoughts and your scores.
Last thoughts, it was awesome. It's nostalgia factor and great to see them back on screen. Great to see Picard being back to Picard. And yeah, I'm not going to go into too much because we're running at 3 hours and we need to get going soon. So
sounds good.
But my score is going to be a solid 9 out of 10. Originally, I was going to go with an 8.5, but I thought, I don't think we're going to get any better than this. I hope we do, but I don't think we're going to, unfortunately. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for that reason.
And then if you had to compare to other Star Treks, to TNG, I mean, just a sense of you can't go for story value, just for enjoyment factor and character, because it's different sort of show.
Well, most shows don't give me goosebumps. So based on that, I'm going to have to go to solid 8. 8 out of 10 for just enjoyment factor. This is one I would definitely rewatch.
This was a true sequel episode. This is what people wanted, you know? They actually treat them right. Yeah, for me, like I say, this is their best episode easily. The script's the best script. The acting's some of the best acting. The guest stars of Riker and Troy do a tremendous job. Marina especially is the best she's been since TNG. Well done her. Hugh's bit is short but sweet and sad. Elnor is used as dumbly as he needs to be. There's not much else he can do, really. The baddie lady is better, but the brother is much worse. Dumbass. You can feel the fragmented plot a bit, but there's such a strong core. And boy, bringing Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis is best choice they made after bringing Picard back. Because boy, they've saved a lot of this. Like, yeah, they did them justice, and that is something that's hard to do these days with these producers. And then guys, file super chats before, and I'll get my score then. I agree this will be the best episode of the season. In terms of overall quality. The last episode might be more exciting and like story best, but the writing here is so good. It's on par with TNG, a lot of it, and that they've not been on par with TNG. So I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go an 8 a 7 for like TNG. Like this is a totally watchable, enjoyable TNG episode. Absolutely up there with how good that is, and again, Marina gets a great part. I think for Picard, you've got to give this one a 9 for Picard, because there's 10 episodes. They're not gonna get a 10 out of 10. And if this is the best episode, it'll be a 9 for this series by those definitions. And if there's a better one, it'll be 9.5. You know, yeah, solid 9, easily the best one. Blows the weak ones out of the water because this is so much better than the other ones. Yeah, and not for nostalgia, for actual script and quality.
All right,
Final super
Stephen
chats.
W. Fathry, $5. She is the Earth's top AI scientist, so erasing the EMH memory is child's play. It would be weird if she didn't cover her tracks by tampering with it.
She's not an AI scientist. She's a android scientist. AI is different because they don't... It's not the same field, and she hasn't done the work in years.
And she's not in her right mind when she did that, so...
And also, you don't know, she might be the one building the foot. She might not be the one building the positronic brain. That was obviously Maddox because he did the thing. So we don't know, but it's not the same field. And she's so unskilled at other things that just hacking into the systems.
Back, $5.
Hello? We'll wait till he's back. There we go. Come on, internet. Almost there. Doing well, guys. She said she's a medical doctor in the novel. Yep. Roman's trying to silence the captain. 10 out of 10 for Trekyards. Thank you, Becky. Appreciate it. Citizen Freight's free out of the park. Did his Skype just die? That's weird. He's been gone for... Weird. Right at the end. Well, I'll read the non-super chat scores while we wait for him to... Oh, maybe as a Skype got killed. So you got Tribus 7, 8, drawn there, 10, 8, 9, 9, 9. Yawn out of 10 from Happiest Gnome. 9, 6.5, 9. My first 10, Max. Hell of a score. 9 out of 10, 8.5, 9.5, 9, 7.75, 9. 8.5, 6.5 from Becky. Okay. Bit lower. Gabor D, 6.10 overall. 3 out of 10 for the non-Riker Troy parts. Yep, definitely low for those things. Easy 9 out of 10 from John Aswell. 6 out of 10 for Carlos. 9 out of 10 says Aussie. And 10 for Trekyards. Thank you so much. I'm glad the Governor Commander was on the time today. Hey, there was a real reason last time. Stuart lost internet. We'll wait and see if he comes back. 9.5 out of 10 says Captain Casey Stewart. 8 out of 10. Max Volume, Charbon's time to overshadow Kurtzman. Yes, he took charge. So that's definitely possible. Jazzy PayPal sent. Hopefully she'll be back for that. 9 out of 10, 7. 8.75. 413 likes. Wow, yes, we've done absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 for Robert Olsen. 3 out of 10 says Bernard McCavick. That is not great.
Got it back. Are you done?
I was doing the non-super chats because that's my job. So you can do the super chats so we can close out.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm back. Fleetbot Swiftback, $5. 8.5 out of 10. Sad that Hugh died, but definitely a wonderful episode. There was some bad, but the good heavily outweighs the bad here. Best of the season. Yes.
Yep.
Taurus 69, $2. 9 out of 10. Hated Hugh's death. Yes, I agree. Andrew Sepp, $2. I say this is a solid 9. I would agree with you. There was a lot of people putting in their points, eh? Points. Scores.
I read most of them.
Jeff Jacobs, $2. 5411. Oh, we got 411 likes. Awesome. I am so proud. Great support. All 8.75 out of 10. That's awesome. Thank you guys for joining us. Sorry that my internet cut out there for some reason. It just dropped in the whole house. But anyway, I'm back. So just in time to say bye.
Yeah, thanks guys. We'll see you later on this week for more lives and videos. Well, during the week. Tune in then. Thanks for the support. Thanks for £100 again. That was absolutely incredible. Udaman and the May 10s. Yeah, we'll see you really soon. Have a great weekend, everyone. On to episode 8.
Yes.
Woo. Bye, guys.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. We got PayPals. I forgot to read Eugene's PayPal.
Oh, God, yeah.
Sorry.
So if you want to throw any more super chats in, please do. If you want to, I'll still read them.
Hold the phone. All right. So Eugene puts in 46.79 Canadian.
Oh, wow.
9 out of 10. Good finale. Finally, we're in Star Trek universe. Right lexicon, right art direction, genuine and high quality acting. Patrick is finally Picard. All of Nepenthe. 10 out of 10. Bad drama for drama's sake. Shooting of X-Borg, killing of Hugh, acting on La Serena is good, but plot and direction have a lot of troubles. Sad Thaddeus. His character is more developed than half the characters in this season. Did he really have to die? Did his death need to be connected to the synth BS? There's hope, but I'm afraid it's the hope for season 2.
Yeah, and someone pointed out this is probably the start of where Shabon started having more power and was changing things. That was kind of that chap's theory.
Matt Decker just messaged me. Awesome. I switched over to hear that Doomcock absolutely despises this episode. What a fucking shock. Anyway, okay. We got one more super chat, and that's from Jarzia, or not super chat, PayPal. Hi, Philip Ingram puts in €10 because you guys are so sexy. Enough said. Oh, thank you. Probably talking about the commander. I'm not sexy, but Jarzia throws in $5 into PayPal. I loved Riker and Troy in this episode, and Soji is growing on me as well, but I also found there was some seriously contrived writing otherwise. The problem I'm having is it seems like over 80% of what we're praising in the show is cameos and references to previous Trek, while about 80% of the new stuff in the show is bringing to the table. Seems to be doing everything it can to tear down the visions of Trek. The Trek we grew up on. It's like the show is gaslighting us, doing everything it can to make Star Trek nihilistic and dystopian while throwing old fans just enough bones to keep them watching. As much as I do love the nostalgia, I can't give a show credit for that if it's not standing on its own merits. Gonna be a controversial score, but 3 out of 10. Whoa. That's the idea I was talking about earlier with you, Samuel, where people like it's all resting all on nostalgia. But I can understand your reasoning there. So.
I mean, having them reference Kazinti and him saying shields up isn't nostalgia; it's character traits and world building.
I can hardly hear you. Your volume's way down on my end anyway. But that's okay. As long as it's good for
Sorry,
the stream.
yeah, because of that. Sorry. Yeah. There you go. Fixed.
Okay, so say that again because people in the chat couldn't hear you either.
Oh yeah, it's not fan service as with him saying shields up and Kazinti. It's like it's just part of character stuff. And Rodan says according to the fandom, Menace Riker was demanned because he was cooking. He always cooked. What a stupid statement.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with it, but yeah.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Anyway, guys, that's it.
You guys are amazing, and we hope for next week. Like I said, we don't think they're going to match the quality. This will be a gentle fluke. But hey, we're always hopeful, and you give us good quality content, and we'll respect you and move forward. So, see you next week. Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.